Yo, yo, yo. What's up, people? What's going on? Am I early or something? What's going on here? It's 9:38. I'm here. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? I caught up with the chat already. What's going on, guys? Angelo's here. Hey, Angelo. How are you, sir? He's a channel member. Maxilla's here. Hello, Maxilla. 11 more hours. That's great. Did I set it up that early? I was up with my daughter this morning. And Clone Boy messaged me and it reminded me. So I set it up. Douchemaster General's right here. Present. Channel member. Kathleen Smith is a channel member. Robo Stevio. Stevo. Oh, there's the Clone Boy. What's up?
Hey, buddy, you're early. That's
You're late.
That's a unique thing for you.
Yeah, I was early.
It must come with a haircut. You're just shaping up your attitude. You've got a whole new.
I didn't get a haircut. Well, I buzz my own hair. I do.
I know you do. You didn't see me ribbing you Thursday night, but it looked like it was so clean. I could have just envisioned a fade cut in both sides.
Yeah, I think I shaved my. Well, I don't even shave. I use a beard trimmer, but I think I did it that day, so it probably looked really baby face.
Yeah, it looked like you put a razor to it. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. You?
I'm good. Palmer, Mr. Ethan Grow is present and accounted for.
Nameless.
I don't speak that name anymore.
Clone Boy. I had to come up with something. You always call me something, boy. Channel member, Nameless EDC. So is Ed. He's also a moderator. Shout out to you. Crewware is the best. Channel member. The budget guy is here. Good. You picked a good night. We wanted to talk about budget knives tonight because I think Javon and I both kind of agreed that we are a bit lost on the budget scene as of late. So I was going to ask you guys mostly. I wasn't going to just name budget knives that are the best because I really don't know. You know, I get to check out a lot of stuff, so I'm sure I've seen a bunch of them. I think the Pyrite is one of the popular ones these days. But, you know, not too long ago, it was like Ferrum Forge Stinger was a very popular one. The Elementum was like the OG budget knife, unless you're counting the Rat, which that's way, way back.
What was this, the VV with the blade hole that you spine whacked and broke? God damn it.
Oh, the Riffle? Yeah, that was a good one.
Knife. And the Miguron Moriarel was probably the last great budget knife I bought.
Last year, it was the Moriarel because it was $50.
$49.95 and had a detent that was as crisp as anything I'd felt. Great blade. I didn't test that. I didn't cut thousands of feet of rope with it, but it sliced like a beast and just a great knife.
Yeah.
And I was one of the few people that I liked the heft, the thickness of the Moriarel, the Polona, and those other.
That was one of my downsides to it, but being at that price point, it was okay, you know.
Yeah, but I think there are also different reasons to build different knives, right? I think some people, because we're city dwellers, like thin packages in our pocket. And I think some people like to feel like they're holding a knife. You know, look at the people that carry bigger stuff.
Yeah. I actually got one in today from Real Steel. So Real Steel reached out to me. I think they're reaching out to a bunch of people. And they sent me this Axis lock knife, the Pathfinder, and they're calling it a Bushcraft folder. So
I was going to say it looks like a little small Bushcraft knife, the profile of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a little too slicey looking for a bushcraft knife. Now it's an Ivan Braganitz, who's a great designer. I love Ivan. The things I don't understand on it for being a bushcraft knife are the studs. So first off, here's the thing I hate about axis locks. This is the reason I hate the Manix 2. Everybody loves the Manix 2, and I don't like it. I have large glove size hands, so I don't have a tiny hand, but I don't have huge hands either. But on a knife like this, when I go to close it, it just wants to, like, you need to have that leverage to be able to pull back the tab, and it just wants to slip out of my hand. So unless you have the clip on the right side, where now I can grab the clip so I can pull it and then I can close it, it's just annoying. I feel like the Manix 2, at least the one that I tried, maybe didn't have a reversible clip. Somebody put like aftermarket scales on it or something. So my experience with it was like this, and it's just really annoying to be able to open and close.
I never thought of that. That makes perfect sense. I couldn't close a knife if I didn't have the clip, or open a knife if I didn't have the clip to anchor my fingers on.
Yeah, it's
odd. Is that not reversible on that G10?
What?
Is that not a reversible clip?
Yeah, it is. It's just when I unbox it, it comes out right-handed. And this one's actually really cool. They have a little tab that you slide it into, and they actually have a filler tab.
Did you put in the other side when you take it out?
Yeah. So I flipped it around and dropped the tab in there and screwed it in. Like, I'm not sure why they do that. That hole wouldn't really matter, but
it's a nice touch.
It's a nice touch.
The hole is something you notice. If you look at the Cypher D.
Yeah, hold on, let me.
You probably can't see it, but see, you still got the holes once you flip it, where if he had a little something that stuck in there, it would be a little something extra, right?
Now, the downside with that is now the wire clip comes off the back, and it'll kind of get you in the palm when you're holding the knife, depending on the size of your hand and how you're gripping it.
The problem for me was I did a disassembly skiff swap, put it all the way back together, tried to stick the clip in the end, and realized after like 45 minutes that I had to take the scale off, put the clip in. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been. It was just my ignorance.
Right.
Thinking I could just slide it in.
So the other thing that's weird as a bushcraft knife is how close these studs are to the frame, because that's like a Braganitz thing. But if you're bushcrafting, you might be wearing gloves or something, right? Which, by the way, guys, bushcrafting is not real. Find me a bushcrafter and I'll change my mind. But
find me a bushcrafter that relies on a folder, and I will give you $100.
Just find me a bushcrafter. Nobody who bushcrafts calls themselves a bushcrafter. Like, they're an outdoorsman, or they're
spending time in the outback.
They're just somebody who wants to pretend that they do stuff like that, right? There's all these guys who have all this gear and their trucks all pimped out. They don't fucking do anything. Anyway, but yeah, I think with like gloves, it would be kind of difficult, right, to get to this stud reliably. So I don't know. Those two things are a little weird, but I mean, it's cool. I think for a bushcrafting knife, I think they have this at $70 or $80 on their website. I can't remember, but I have a code. LeftyEDC takes $15 off, so it's not a bad. If a moderator could throw the Real Steel link from my description.
Your shield tree? Hell, I'll do it. Tell me this. What's the blade steel?
14C.
Yeah, I think you might have said that.
Yeah, so that's why for me, let me do this. I'll share with you guys. So I reached out to them because I wanted to check out I saw Metal Complex reviewed this like button lock, frame lock thing that looked really cool. I think it's called the Evolution. And
is that that wasn't the new Vosteed, was it?
What?
Was it like a smock lock, or was it something different? Was it
well, it's a frame lock though.
Okay,
this,
okay.
Right here. So I saw him review this, and I reached out because I was like, that looks kind of cool. New locks and shit. I like checking them out. But they didn't even look at my DM, and then they emailed me the next day, and it was completely random. Like, it wasn't because of my DM. And they asked if I wanted to, you know, start collaborating or whatever. I think they sent emails to a bunch of people. And I was like, yeah, but I want to check out this thing. And they were like, well, let's start with this knife and see how it goes. And I don't know how much I like this thing, so they might not want to work with me. They might not want to work with me after that. So,
and I would respond to the email because I don't want to give bad reviews. I love that frame lock. Why would they make it like a puzzle? That's kind of cool.
This?
The way that, yeah, the way
yeah, it does look cool.
It's different.
I'll find the one we're talking about.
But my point is, if you reach out to them because they reached out to you for a reason, right?
$90. So it's 75 with my code LeftyEDC. It's still, I mean, that's fine for 14C and G10, but I mean, we have a Divo knife, the Pony Stout we sold for 75 with G10 and 14C. And they're an OEM, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It is a bigger knife. I think the price is fine at 75. You know what I mean? Not at 90. So it's weird. You know, these companies, they do that. They give me a discount code to give you guys, but it's really just giving you the dealer price.
Because you're buying it from their site. And,
right.
And
does that. Like, we gives these guys code. We won't work with me. I've talked too much shit over the years probably, but they'll give these guys codes that'll knock 15% off, but then you go to their website and it's 15% higher price. So you're not gaining anything.
I'm going to give you a quick email idea that will get you the knife that you want. And you send them an email back, say, look, because you're getting judged on a knife that you don't feel love for. And you've got an audience that you're not going to say this is the greatest knife ever within every one of your fucking thumbnails, no names being mentioned, but you're not going to do that to show real steel that you're worthy of that better knife. So I would email them back and say, hey, I really appreciate this, but to be honest with you, it's not my jam. There are things that I would not feel comfortable sharing with my audience. And I'll even say, if you look at my old videos, I was very critical of makers. I've tried to avoid knives that don't excite me. Is there a place where I can send this back to you and start our collaboration on a knife that I think my audience would, and I'll write it for you and send it. You just put your name on it and send it back.
I can send an email like that. That's not the thing though, is I don't mind reviewing this.
Of course you don't.
It's not going to be,
you don't love it.
It's not going to be like a stellar review. It'll probably end up being like a rapid review or something.
Sure. What I'm saying is you're not showing them. You're not putting your best foot forward. And if you told them that.
But you know what? I really don't care because I went through their site and that Evolution was like the coolest thing I saw.
I don't know if was the only knife I've owned from them, but it
seems like they do a lot of washer stuff, and I don't know. So I'd rather try to check out as many random knives from them as they want to send me, and just see how I feel about them.
And that's a great look at it. If that's your intention, look at it. The way I was trying to pose it to you,
right? I know what you're saying.
Their advertising budget is 100% influencers. They sought you out for a reason. A different department sought you out than the email you sent to, or the DM. So they've got social media. I know this from dealing with Kaiser. They've got social media managers, and then they've got a marketing and sales department that'll send you emails after they decide to talk to you. If they're going to judge you, and if you just want knives for content, that's great. Do it. But I'm
not worried about them judging me.
No, but I'm
not that worried about it in general. Like, when they reached out, I said pretty much exactly what you just said. I was like, I'm more interested in this and this than I am in this. And they turned around and were like, well, let's just start with this. So I already had that basic conversation already. So it is what it is. I'm just gonna do the review. It'll be an honest review, and if I keep working with them, I'll keep working with them. If I don't, I don't.
Take some photos in the backyard, bushcrafting some shit. If I don't see you cutting through bushes, I'm going to fill your comments with spam. You need to at least try to bushcraft with it, whatever that means.
Blade Walker is a new channel member. Shout out to you, Blade Walker. Thank you very much, dude. Nice logo, by the way. Ooh, excuse me. It looks like
Chris,
a new
I got
logo.
your message, brother. Chris 229.
And he gifted a membership as well. Thank you, dude.
I think Betty picked that up. I think she's the new recipient. I could be wrong.
Betty picked it up. Oh, I gotta give you the rock and roll. I'll give you the rock and roll. JD in the house. Shout out to JD. He had a nice video today. The Growler won the blade steel battle or whatever. I think it won. I don't know. Anyway, it was 154 CM versus 14C versus Nitro V versus VG10, which you kind of guessed that 154 should win that, honestly. But
depends on the blade geometry it's paired with.
Yeah. But the he had a Damascus VG10 core Civivi or something that did almost as well, which is cool. Titanium Justin's here. What's up? Jim Miller's here. Iron Butter Knife. Lots of channel members. Shout out to you guys. Still deciding on what to do giveaway wise for this month. I was thinking of Premium Pony. I have 2 here that I had out for marketing, so I could.
I'll keep my membership if you give away a Premium Pony.
So I'll probably give away one of these. Seemed like that's what the people wanted when I asked. And you could probably just choose which one when you win. Oh, check these out. I asked Magnafold to make a couple of Divo magnet knives because I really want to have USA made Divos. And so I got them. USA made Divo knives right here.
Dude.
This one's by Carta.
Have you given one to your sweetie yet?
She has 2 of these already, I think. Not these, but
not Divos. I knew she had some. I knew you had some other ones like that.
I don't even know where those are. They're probably in a toy bin somewhere. So, and these are too big for her. They're full size. But yeah, this is
looks pretty good. Just a double detent?
No, it's magnets. You never seen Magnafold?
I've seen you show them, but I've never seen you take one apart. I mean, I've put
can't take them apart. They're glued or something.
But where are the magnets? Because I've put magnets in my Demcos and in my. So do you have a magnet, just one on each side of the scale?
No, it's all inside the pivot area somewhere. I don't know how he does it, but there's no visible magnets. So it's all in here.
That's bizarre to me.
And it's good.
Didn't Winter Blade Co. Couldn't you see the magnets? Weren't they in the channel that the blade fell in?
Yeah, but that's steel. I mean, that's a lot heavier material. This is wood. It's not like it has a strong detent or anything.
It looks snappy. Looks snappier than a G1 Growler. I'm kidding.
Then a what?
The G1 Growler.
Oh. Then some of them, maybe, yeah.
I was kidding, dude.
But
I've got no jabs.
I mean, you're meant to flick them.
Got better detent than my F5.5, although I was able to fix it a little bit. I was able to get it to stick it up.
Shitty one. But yeah, let me know if anybody's interested. I might have them make a few of these.
What's retail on something like that? $40?
Yeah, I think they're 50? Like no way. I think they were like really 25. Or maybe it was 25 for the little ones and then 50 for the big one.
Do you a little pony stout? I just get you like 10 each. Put them on the website. You're getting
I wasn't trying to,
aren't you? Aren't you getting traffic?
I wasn't trying to make money off it. I just thought it was cool. I was just kind of thought it would be funny.
I would even put your logo on it. I would make them and have a Divo, your little jagged, funky hat logo, your flat hat. I tried to wear it last night, by the way, and I kept walking by the mirror and I'd catch myself out of the side of my eye, and I was finally like, God, I've got to do something with the rim. So I just display it proudly. But if you
Dude, you're a
put a Divo
pussy.
logo on it, if you put a Divo logo on it, it would be a cool promotional thing, just like a Hank or just like a sticker or a coaster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do y'all look at your website's analytics to see how much daily traffic you get, monthly traffic?
I
Do you
haven't
ever?
really. If I had a bunch of shit on there I was trying to sell, I would care more. But we kind of work more on like a drop scenario these days.
Do you have Google Analytics on your site when they built it?
I don't know, but Shopify has it.
Yep.
I can look at
You don't have to look at it. I'm
like
going to send you a
reviews and
Gmail
where they
address.
come from and all that shit. I can
I'm
see
going
all
to
that.
send you a Gmail address that I use at work. And if you send it to Shopify and ask them to add me to your Google Analytics, I can tell you how many people come to your site, when they come, how many more come during drops, after your lives. Those are the things I look for in my business for other customers.
Yeah.
Like
No,
if they
I get it. I
and
know
they
it's probably stupid, but I don't care.
and you wouldn't care because you're not digging into it. But if you saw that every time you go live, you get a 30% spike of traffic to your site that results in more conversions, you might go live a couple more times. You never know
But
what
I
insights.
seriously doubt that happens. That's awesome, dude. Pyrite Bowie today, sick. Oh, I got the Divo shirt on I was talking about the other day. Colin made this one, I don't know, for Blade Texas. We did this one. It's like a skull or something. And
Yeah,
I think the D and the O are the eyes, and the I and the V are the nose or something.
I see a sticker coming out of that.
Looks cool, yeah. Sorry guys, I'm skipping ahead a little bit.
Nobody listens. The V Stout is mega premium. I love that knife.
The what?
The Stout V2. He said it seems very premium.
Oh yeah, the V2 is the shit, dude. Got more of those coming.
And didn't you say, or did you say never? I know you're doing the value nip now, but you said that they'd probably come back one day, right? Since so many people are asking about them, the OG nips, maybe in different configurations, but an S90V, 199, $215, something like that.
They were 175. Yeah, they'll probably come back. But we just ordered a shit ton of the budget one, so I want to sell those first.
Yeah, I'm not rushing you. I have people hitting me up trying to buy them. The ones I've got.
I've noticed the carbon ones at least and the TPK one, they get some good.
The black and the purple.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Brent. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you love it. Did you ever find the email I sent you telling how awesome the Griffin is? No, but now that you told me about it, I'll look for it. That's weird.
I've got both of the fixed blades, but never got one of the folders.
New channel member. Thank you, dude. And I saw somebody signed up for Patreon. Thank you very much. I think it was Billy. Thank you, Billy. Appreciate both of you. Joseph as well. Way too many of y'all say hey to individually tonight. So this is a blanket. Yeah, I struggle with that too. I get into a live stream and sometimes I honestly don't even comment in the live chat because I know I'm going to get a bunch of like, hey, 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 hey. And then I feel bad because I want to be like, hey, you, hey, you, hey, you. And then I'm like, hey, everybody. And then I feel bad for doing that. So I just don't say anything. And
I do the exact same thing sometimes. And I'll even do one worse. I'm going to tell you people because y'all have seen it. I white lie sometimes. I'll say group hello and hugs, driving, be home in a second. And I'm not driving. I just don't have the mental fortitude to say hi to everybody. And I always know that I miss somebody and feel like shit. That's
Dude,
the
I
only
spent
reason I'm
3
members on
hours.
people's channels too, so I don't get uncovered by getting a channel membership gifted to me. And people go, I didn't know he was here.
I never get those. I think I don't have something set up, so I don't get them.
You've got to accept gifts. It's a little switch.
I think
And
it's
it's
the
not the
same
same.
problem, the same reason I can't gift memberships. I think it's because I have a brand account for whatever reason. I don't even know how that happened, but
No, I can't gift memberships either. I think it starts at, when do you get your first plaque? 150 or something? What's the, I
no,
forget.
like JD can gift memberships.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
look
can. But
everywhere
if you
and I
have a
never,
brand account, you can't. And I think I figured it out. I think a brand account is so like I have my like before I ever had a channel, I had my just like Kevin whatever YouTube, right? That I would use to watch YouTube. And maybe I posted a couple videos on there like from a party or something, dumb shit like that. Or my dog or something, right? And then when I started Lefty, I created an account off of that. So it was like a separate channel, but the
a
main
child
channel
account. Yeah, a child account under a parent. Your
wasn't
main account is Lefty, or
if
your
it's not
old one.
child account, it's a
That's what they call it in banking. I'm just
sub
using a
account
term.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's classified as a brand account instead of had I just gone to YouTube and hit create new account and created a whole new everything for Lefty. I think that's why. So do
But
you
your
have
first account
is
wouldn't have
yours like
been
that or do you have just the one channel?
just one channel, just my old YouTube address. All I did was change my name. I've
Yeah,
been on
see, I
YouTube. If you
didn't
look at
change
it, I've
my
been on
name. I
YouTube for
created a
12
new
years.
sub account.
I've been on YouTube for 12 years or 13, and I posted one video for my daughter when she was in school. That's why I started the account, because she had to do a project and we had to upload it. So I started a YouTube account for that. And then I posted two skateboarding videos, and then I didn't post anything for 11 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
But I'm not,
So you
I
probably
can't
just
gift
need to
membership.
gift memberships. You
I
just don't
can't.
know how to do it.
I tried to do a live from YouTube, not using StreamYard.
Yeah.
I've looked all through it. It was the most, first of all, and I know JD uses a different streaming software, I think, but I could not navigate the YouTube.
You just go to the gift section on it. So like here, I think I can actually show you. So if I go live.
Well, see, if you go live, it should show you you're live now.
That's what I'm saying. I can click into it.
But does it show you imagery? Because when I go to look at it, I only see I'm live, but I don't see any.
So here, this is it right now. And then if you were able to gift them, it's right here where it says show your support. You click that, and then you have the option here to gift memberships to people, where I don't have that option.
I think I looked, and I need to check that.
But it's it's
some
right
reason,
there. That's what
when I
JD
go-
told me. So see if you have it, because if you don't, then the brand account thing, I guess.
But I don't know why
what
you're
I was thinking is wrong.
if it's not a Divo account. Did you mean Divo or did you mean Lefty?
What?
I can see how your Divo account would be a branded account. Why is your Lefty account
I think
branded?
they just call it a brand account when it's a sub account of another account. They're assuming you're making it for a business, I guess. I don't know.
No, they don't assume that because, and I'll tell you why, there are a lot of the.
Oh, it was Barry here. Barry was the one who signed up. Sorry, dude. This is the guy who signed up for Patreon. Shout out to Barry. Thank you, dude.
But there are a lot of the other creators that do, like the big ones that do their main channel and then Eclipse channel. They might have 8 or 9 channels, but they're not branded channels. A branded channel is why I switched my Instagram from a branded channel, because I could get analytics and it was supposedly something I was eligible for. But that's why I kept getting flagged.
Oh, by the way, if you go back to personal, then you
I did that.
Yeah. It
And
cleared everything for me when I did that.
Let me tell you what I've done. I've picked up more followers that I picked up the whole year I had a personal account or a professional. They want you to boost posts. Instagram Meta wants you, if they think you're a business, to use their ad platform to place Instagram, Facebook ads.
I tried that once with Divo and it wouldn't let me because it was a knife.
That's right. You can't do it for a knife. That's prohibited content. You can't do it for CDB oil. You can't do it for what do you call it? Relationship enhancement stuff. But you can do branded content with that.
Yeah.
But see, I did the same thing on my Instagram when I started. I had a John Evans for posting dog pictures, family pictures, and then I started integrating some knife shit there, and all the people that followed me thought I was a weirdo. So I made a umbrella account or a child account off that main that main Instagram account. But when I'm on my phone, I can switch between Jay Evans and my Knife Flicks thing. On desktop, if I go to Instagram, it just pulls up my personal, and then I can go view my shit, but I can't switch it. Check this out.
What is that? What are we?
It just means that I set up multiple accounts under one account. It wasn't on Facebook. It was multiple. This is not just John account, right? It's just stupid John shit. So there's nowhere for me to switch. I can go to search.
Yeah.
And I can find me. I come up right here. But I can only look at my shit. I can't post. I can't.
Yeah, that's how it is for me too. I have 3 accounts on my Instagram.
On my mobile, I can.
Yeah, but it'll let you. That doesn't mean they're linked. You can just log into as many as you want on your phone.
I don't have a login for this one. That's the thing. My login, when I log into anything, it's just my original Instagram login. If I should have done what you said and started a brand new Instagram, because this is just me looking at it. I can't make a post. I can't do shit.
Well, it's because you need to log out of the other one and log into this one instead.
But I'm saying there's no different password.
I think you just don't realize that there is.
Oh, look at that.
What?
JD for EDC's post. Oh, I quit sharing. He's got the purple nip on a Hank. Here, I'll share.
Oh, yeah. He's always got a Divo. I always share them on my stories.
Oh, that's somebody trying to sell that. Well, hell, it moved.
Yeah. Check my stories. It's in there, probably. Yeah, I hate when that happens. All right, I'm going to remove it.
And how do you get to other stories?
My Stout V2 seems pretty premium. Yeah. The premium Stout V2. Marceau loves Olight. Oh, heads up. A couple Olight videos tomorrow. So if you hate Olight, stop watching the channel after noon.
I don't have as much issue with Olight, but I do hate O-Knife. And I know they're made by Kaiser, but just the fact that they call themselves O-Knife and they make knives, I can't get behind it. Yeah,
dude. I go through those phases too, Neville. Like recently I've been selling a bunch of lights because I've told the story a million times. But anyway, I'll get into a rhythm of selling shit, and then all of a sudden stuff I thought I'd never sell is available. Like I'm selling Hankos left and right now.
Have you tried this knife? Do you detect it? EFD, the field duty one?
Nope.
Made by Leon. Oh, I don't know who OEMs these. Do you know who?
Somebody in China. I think he said it was Taiwan, but I think it's China.
This is the best. The Trinity didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
This is the best knife, and it's
well, and he lowered the price. He was trying to sell this for like $150 at first.
I don't remember that. That's hot. That's very high.
And then it was like, oh, they're $85. I was like, oh, okay.
I bought my first one at the Blade Show 2022.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's the same size as the field duty folder, this is a rehashed field duty folder, but the D10 on this one, I put skiffs in it. I can hit that hole anywhere and not fail it.
Nice.
So $85 value knife. I think you have to go to his site. I don't think dealers have these yet, but they're at leongma.com or at utectic.com. No affiliation, just think it's a good knife. It's Jim Miller's knife, actually.
Do you have? I hear an echo. Is it gone?
It wasn't me. Let me see. Hold on.
Well, I'm hearing myself, but I wasn't the whole time.
I don't hear an echo.
Okay. Now it's gone, I think. The Growler V2 Cruise.
Let me see.
Man. The VG10 surprised me.
Yeah, it is kind of echoey. I'm kidding. That was my effects.
I know. But yeah, if anybody's interested in flashlights, let me know. I got a CWF Peanut I'm selling, La Lima Starfall, a Barrel M2JN, and a Hanko. Let me know.
Crazy Roach, I got you in mind, buddy. I just haven't been able to turn one loose yet because I really do love that little knife.
No, it deposits into my account every month. It's like, here's $42. It used to be like 100 and something. And then slowly it was like 78, 57. Now it's like $42 or something because most people switched over to YouTube memberships, which it just rolls it into like the monthly ad money and everything.
I must have had something happen on my affiliate links because I had got a PayPal payment last week that I wasn't expecting, that I don't know what it's from. I need to research that.
That's awesome, Neville. How do you do that though? Like, do you take off of work? Do you work from India? Like, how does that work?
He can probably work from anywhere, depending on what.
Depending on his job. Like, I could, I guess. I could work from India if I wanted to.
It'd be better if you could just take 2 months off.
But dude, it's so hard to keep up with the chat. It's fucking impossible. Because I want to answer questions, and then I go into a thing about it, and then all of a sudden there's people talking about that topic, and then I got to try to get to the next thing, and it's like, it's really hard. I think what people usually do is just skip a bunch of shit. I try to read everything, and I'll ignore some, but I'll read them first.
And a lot of people don't. A lot of people, they scroll so fast, I could understand it.
Sometimes if you hear me say, I'm skipping ahead, sorry, that's when I'm skipping ahead, not reading anything. When I'm not saying that,
and there's a way to slow the chat. You can put it on like delay, but that would still frustrate people who are leaving the chats because they don't know that you're skipping or you're slowing it down.
Yeah, I'm at like a middle ground where like Metal Complex has so many people chatting that he literally needs people to like super chat to even read the comment, right? Or he's just got to randomly pick a thing here and there. But if you super chat, he has to read it basically. But like, I'm kind of at a middle ground where I'm not to that point yet where like I can't get to stuff. But it's still like really difficult to get to shit. So it's just it's a struggle. Basically, what I'm saying is you guys should super chat if you want me to read your message.
Last night, I didn't have anybody join me, and it was actually a little more laid back. I mean, I couldn't follow the chat as much because I never do. I get off on other shit.
That's why I like the verticals. Everybody talks shit about these vertical lives, but the one thing I like about them is I put the screen up, and I'm just looking at the phone, looking at the chat, and I'm literally I can read them all.
Yeah.
It's weird. You'll have the same amount of people, but it'll
I've
say
watched
there's
them.
150 or 200, but there's really only like,
30,
35 or
40,
50 of
50 at any
your
time.
people that are, making sense. But that's why I like the verticals that I only did 2 of them so far, but because it felt more like one-on-one reading the chat, answering those questions, where this feels a little bit more like I'm just trying to get to shit. Like, I'm not just chilling and getting to what I don't know. It's hard to explain, but that's
Well,
why
that's
I like the
the
vertical.
purpose
It's
of
different.
vertical chat. And I've done several. Most of them have been late night, but I've watched them back, and I never watched my lives on my Apple TV. And they're not that hard. I mean,
Thank
it's
you,
hard to
Neville.
show knives.
Thanks for
And
the
I've watched them
memberships
on my
too.
phone. And to me, the watching experience seems fine, but I've never watched one live. Hey, guys.
I don't know where Kev is. He's gone.
His voice is still here.
Whose voice?
Kevin's voice.
I don't know what he meant by that. Yeah, he joined Patreon, then he gets a membership gifted. Hey man, it's karma, dude. Thank you. Took my clip on the pony and carry loose in my pocket. Okay. Nice, dude. I have a giveaway and I decided to make it cool. So I got a whole box because there's this one flashlight I really wanted to get out of my giveaway bin. It's been in there for months and I never gave it away because I got to put it in a bigger box, which makes it, Anyway, so I got this samurai pen. I got this with the mini katana Z1 folder. This thing's actually really cool. It's a button lock M390. Really good flipper, and it has a good detent on it.
And they call it a mini katana?
No, that's the brand.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Well, technically the box says Invictus Blades, but I bought it I didn't buy it. They sent it to me, mini katana. They sent me a fucking denim jacket. Check out the video. It's weird. But the knife is good. The knife is good. So I got to finish that up and put it in the pass around. I got a bunch of shit here that I need to. Oh, and I got some prototypes I need to show you guys. They're fucking amazing. Not mine. Somebody else's. Really, really good. Anyway, they also sent me a samurai pen. It's a twist pen. It's way too long. But anyway, it's just a dorky.
It's a desk thing.
Yeah. And then we have a concept mini Corvid. This is the watermelon one. I don't know if you guys saw it. I actually really thought this was pretty cool.
They're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like $70 or $80 for some reason because it's built like any other knife. It's just it's so small, it makes you not think it's worth $80, but it's a watermelon. Damascus.
How do you like that compared to? Is it much smaller than the nip? Much smaller than or is it about the same size? Oh, it's much smaller.
Yeah,
God damn.
It's tiny, dude.
But it doesn't have a place.
It's not like a real knife, you know what I mean? Like it's comical. I mean, somebody told me they wear it on their neck. Which, by the way, you shouldn't do. Some dude got killed recently because of that. We got the Best Tech QQ or Choo Choo. The one designed by the daughter of the Best Tech owners. It looks like a cricket.
Then I won't make fun of the name.
What?
I've got a daughter too.
I actually really like the knife. Once you get used to it, I haven't grabbed it in a while. Why isn't it working? Am I hitting? Oh, there. Why is the pivot? I don't know if somebody tried to tighten it and fuck this up or no, there it goes. What were you gonna make fun of?
I was gonna make fun of the name until you said it was designed by the daughter.
It was designed by an 8-year-old.
Yeah, so I've got a daughter. I'm not gonna make fun. That's all.
I mean, she's Chinese. The word QQ means cricket in Chinese. So I don't know what you're making fun of, but okay.
I said I wouldn't make fun of it.
And then at the bottom of the box is this flashlight that I reviewed a while ago.
How big is that?
It's decently big. I don't know.
I mean, it's a big box.
Anyway, that's everything. That'll all be one giveaway. Somebody's talking about branded account.
And while you guys are all here, this has not gone to NAF sale yet. It is still available for one of you lucky people who need
still have that thing. It's been like months you've been talking about selling it.
I've been talking about selling it, but I haven't gotten a bite, and I've never opened a NAF sale selling account or Blade Binge.
How much is it?
It was $550, but I'll sell it for probably $350, something around there. I got a 10% discount, so I have 5 in it.
That's a
it was my stupidest purchase, but Metal Complex
channel member giveaway right there.
That could be. It could be. It's a I didn't know Max Ace OEM these PMP knives.
Roman's here. I'm trying to convince Roman to buy my peanut flashlight.
It is a folding tactical shovel, Robo.
You left a comment saying he was interested in one. So I'm like, buy mine. Buy my flashlight, Roman. By the way, I've been carrying this for like 3 or 4 days now, and it's been really hard to get out of my pocket. I fucking love this thing. It's crazy how much.
You only have 3, buddy. I've got the tie, the blackout, and 1 carbon fiber, and they all have like a special place. But I'll get tired of one soon, and you're on my list.
3 what?
Nips. I don't have 5. He said I have 5.
You just gotta wait for the nip lights. They're in production. They'll be $100. Well, they'll be $99 retail, so you can get them for $90 with a coupon. At least from us or White Mountain. I don't know if TPK or Blade Binge will do.
I think I mispriced this on my bug out replacements. How much was this knife? Was it $115?
No, it was one with the discount. It was $135.
Okay, that was close. Less than a bug out. Because I looked at my bug out, which was the old Blade HQ 20CV, and I put Mettenboss scales on it, and I went through and looked at today's prices. That's a $400 fucking knife by today's prices. You get a 20 CV bug out and put $100 worth of scales on it.
I love this thing. I didn't know.
What do they call it now? I know they changed the name. It used to be a Mayhem.
It's the RS Chaos. But it's, the blade to handle ratio, and it's a little heavy. But I still
can't get it. Have you seen that other knife they've got coming out that was on Instagram today that's got the same locking system?
Yeah, so it turns out they have 3 knives with it now. So they have this one, then they have that new one, the Hedgehog, and they apparently had a raccoon that came out with a top liner lock. So
I think that's awesome. I mean, they're my favorite budget company right now. I love what they did.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to do tonight, and this is going to kill the chat, by the way. Member for 2 months. Divo knives are the best knives around. Hell yeah, Ron. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. I
don't disagree, Ron. I'm a fan. I never thought I'd say that. It hurts me to say that.
To say what?
That I'm a Divo fan, that I'm into your knives. I really wanted to hate them.
Dean, hit me up, dude. I got one I'll sell you. I have 2 I was going to sell. And I got one dude who's been begging me for one, so I think I'm going to save one for him. But I have another. I'll show you the ones I was going to sell.
Jimbo, I'm taking good care of your EFD, buddy.
This one is a full reactor in stonewash tie. It's got red tritium, red gasket, red dragon driver. And then I have a camo tie proto reactor. So it's kind of like the opposite pattern, where that one has those cuts in. These are cut out, I guess. And this one's camo tie. And this one has green everything. Trits, gasket, all that shit. Let me know if you're interested, dude. 900 bones. And it's 900 because I had it modded to have the dragon driver, and the tritium and the gasket cost money.
Yeah,
So I
you put the
probably have
tritium in both
1,000
of
into
those,
these.
didn't you?
But what?
Did you have somebody put the tritium in, or did you do that yourself?
Well, my buddy Steve, he's in the chat. Steve Boro, he made the optics. He drilled them, and then either he or I put the tritium into it. But he did the drilling. I also have this one, but I think I want to keep this one. This one's a full twist.
Illuminati gifted a membership.
This one's got the Quantum Dragon and the Hanko tritium, where it looks like almost like a sight. Those white things are tritium. So in the dark, it looks like a pew pew sight. But they're not super bright, so I don't really love it.
Will be as a new member because of Illuminati's kindness.
But thanks for reading those, Javon. And then I have this for sale. This one is a barrel, DLC tie ring, black aluminum sleeve, Magismo clip, and this one's got red tritium, red everything. This one's 500, and then I have this one. Then I'll shut up. This is the La Lima Starfall. This one's got green everything, and people call this the foreskin because it kind of looks like a
Uncircumcised
penis.
schnozzle.
And I wish I would have known that before I bought it, because somebody mentioned that after I got it, and then I was like, damn it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah,
then I have this as an F2 FocusWorks. These are 175 new, and I put a Dr. Jones driver in here, so it's a little more powerful. It has more, you can program it. So this one would be 225, and then I have the Peanut from CWF. Stonewash tie. These are 550 new, so I was asking 400. And this one has green tritium. All right, I'll shut up now. We wanted to talk about budget knives, not sell flashlights, but if I got a platform, sometimes
y'all hit me up on IG if you're interested in the PMP. I'll get real reasonable with it. I don't use it.
Yeah. Know the answer way quicker than you.
I wish Asher knives were more available.
I sold it to a dude who already sold it. I don't know if he would want me to say, so I don't want to just go around saying. But he already sold it. Yeah, I got the new Warney Spiro, and I mean, dude, if you just sign up for his email list or SMS list, I think they're pretty easy to get.
They are. And I've always told people to DM him if you're looking for one, and he might not get it that week, but he'll remember.
I don't know if he does that anymore, but I don't know.
I found this at a company called Great River Outdoors.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even know that they're a dealer. He's never heard of them.
That's what I figured. The guy probably bought it, and then because he doesn't have dealers.
It just seems like he could sell a whole lot more. And did you tell me, or did somebody tell me that Petrified Fish OEMs these? Or did I dream that?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do, Michael. But there's a lot of questions or statements or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not just clicking on like these, unless I do it on accident. Don't turn into MC. See, I saw that one. That's a statement. Because that's my nature. Douchey Bulger. I don't know if you guys get the reference, but I thought it was funny. I was trying to think of something. I got to come up with a new one every live stream. This shit's hard. All of my lives have been vertical. Having the screen was easier in tandem with a second phone on an alt account watching. What? See, I think that's you, dude.
He had 2 phones set up.
No, I mean the echo. I think I can hear myself coming out of your.
Well, hold on a second. Let me try something.
Although
I don't hear
usually,
an echo, but I'm gonna try to see if I can. I've
usually it
got
ends
echo
up being me.
cancellation on.
But there was no echo at first, so I need a new light. All right, well then try to win that, man. Now that denim is disgusting, dude. It's got a
Yeah, I don't hear
anime
an
thing on the
echo.
back. What?
I don't hear an echo.
Yeah, now it's gone because you did something.
I fixed it.
Yeah. The denim jacket is gross.
Bite your tongue, Palmer.
You gonna have another prototype for me at Blade this year? I mean, probably. We got plenty of them. Should have more by then. But yeah, so what I wanted to do, this was my plan, which might not be the best plan, but talking about budget knives tonight, I was gonna pull up my description here, and then I was gonna click on the links that go to budget knives. So for instance, we were talking about Vosteed. So I think Vosteed is one of the better budget options these days because they have just different shit. It's not
They're
like,
doing new stuff.
yeah. So Vosteed, I feel like um evolved. Like I think they came out the way they did because they needed to get going. And so they came out and people really like button locks. So they started making all these button locks. And that's where they kind of lost me was the button locks. Because they were just doing like button lock after button lock, and then they kind of rolled in a crossbar lock, and I just don't like those types of locks. But that whole time they were doing R&D on these new locks, and now they're starting to release them. And so I think they're really killing it now with the top lock specifically. I like that lock quite a bit. The Nightshade is also just
Dude, and the mini
classic.
nightshade is awesome.
So you can
I like it
actually
better.
search by lock. How cool is that?
So what do you think of the little center lock one? I haven't watched your video. Does it have good detent?
Yeah, it has a real detent because they put a detent ball and a detent track in there, and the button pushes a bar. You got to watch my disassembly. There's a bar that folds in magnetically. So there's a magnet on the button, I guess, on the inside of the button. There's no spring. And then there's a bar with a detent, and that magnet pulls that in. So then when you push the button, it pushes the bar out of the way and the blade can fall. And then the detent goes into the detent hole. You flick it, it comes up, bar drops down, hits the button, and the magnet sucks it in.
I got to watch that. That's innovative as shit, dude.
It's cool, man. It's solid too. I batoned it and shit. I did a video batoning it, and it was fine.
I'm not spine whacking anything else. And I saw a video, I can't remember who it was, and it might not have even been a normal video, but spine whacking will reduce the life of your lock tremendously.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they actually came out with a raccoon with the top lock. I thought they had the button lock and the axis lock, but they actually have a top liner lock raccoon for $65.
That is sick.
Which hopefully could one of the moderators follow along here, and whenever I pull up a different site, just throw the affiliate link in the chat, please.
You want the Vosteed link?
Yeah, I figure that's a good way to do this, right?
All right. Well,
So
I
get to get my links and talk about budget knives and not read the chat.
That sounds self-serving, but I'm going to put it in there anyway because I love you.
It is self-serving.
And I won't write shit.
I'm douchey Bulger tonight.
Here is the Vosteed, so you can follow along with Kevin. And I'm going to message Vosteed right now. What's that called? The top lock.
Top liner lock. So I did a disassembly on the Chaos here too, which I'll post. These videos will come out early next week. And this one's really cool too, man. They mount it to the back spacer. I don't know if they do it on this raccoon. I wanted to pull up a picture and look. Yeah, I guess you can't do it that way on this one because it's obviously there's no back spacer. But on this knife specifically, let's see if they have a picture of the Mayhem. I call it the Mayhem. You guys call it whatever you want.
I call it the Mayhem. And I guess there was somebody else
two
that had
blade
that name.
shapes? Oh shit, they had a warning too. Ooh, that looks sexy, dude. So I have the sheep's foot, right? Wait, which one do I have? Sheep's foot. Warning?
Lay it down, see if it kicks up. It might be the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's got a little bit of belly. Good point. They're very similar. Yeah, I have the sheep's foot. You can see it where it's got a little bit of belly. That's the one I have. I'm sure the box says it too somewhere. This is the the box is AO903-P. It's the sheep's foot. This thing's a steal. $250, man. I think it's a good deal. Anyway, hopefully they show something here. Nah, that's the wrong side. I wanted to show it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Damn. So there's a bar, literally a lock bar, that is attached to the back spacer on the inside. So there's a screw attaching this bar to the back spacer, and then there's another screw attaching this button to the bar. And then the bar wedges itself. It'll come in. You'll see it in a second. See the bar?
Let me look. Yep.
So that wedges itself between the blade and the stop pin. And it locks up. So it's a compression lock.
Very smocky, right? I mean, kind of smocky, except
it's literally a Spyderco compression lock done slightly differently, and I think better, and it proves that you can have a really good detent on a compression lock. All right, I am skipping ahead. You talking shit on the hats? Get out of here. The hat's awesome, man. You guys hate these hats. I love them. Hell yeah, Blue. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We got more lushes coming, man. Somebody mentioned that. Kev, you sell the Zerk? Yep. I didn't have a Tesseract. I had a reactor, but yes, I sold that.
My Lush was one of the sharpest knives from the factory I've ever gotten, and it's still razor sharp.
Oh, I love that, dude. That's some classic knife comment right there. You could buy a pew-pew for that.
Seems like a denim jacket would go great with that hat, Kev. Mox Hobby. I'm with you. I think he's got a demo jacket. I think he's got a new one.
If any of you guys are interested in those flashlights, just shoot me a DM on Instagram or email me, LeftyEDC88@gmail.com.
Or if you think flashlights are dumb, spend half the money and less and buy a PMP Tianto. Be a real man. Be a fucking alpha male.
Yeah, that's what I think it is, Palmer. It was just kind of in and out. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, that sale was sick, man. I grabbed one as well, which you guys will see next week. Yeah, right now you could pick up a gunslinger. I don't know if they still have them, but they had gunslingers for $210 at that second sale. And trust me, Ben is a nitpicky bastard, so those knives are barely seconds. And they have the slip joints for $180 or $175, and that's for the second sale at TSA Knives. TSA knives.
Derek, is the Mylan, is that their new fixed blade? Vero's new fixed blade? Because I love that knife that he's
What
been
is it?
showing. The Vero Mylan or
Yeah, that's the new Vero.
I've
Yeah.
got the Axon fixie. And it's so much thinner than the Axon. I love this knife.
Why is the raccoon with the top liner lock cheaper? Okay, so let's go back. Sorry, I always get distracted. Damn chat. I'm just kidding. So it's 65, cheaper than what, I guess?
Go to the bar lock
Is that
raccoon.
aluminum?
Go to the bar lock raccoon. I think it's like 75 or 85.
$72.
72.
Yeah, so it's cheaper. Oh, well, this one's 60. So basically what that tells you is
Handle
Vosteed is
material.
pricing it based on their cost. I mean, it's cheaper for them to make a crossbar lock than it is their top lock. And it's more expensive to make. Well, no, this is because it's carbon fiber, and this is because it's
Aluminum.
aluminum, probably. But the button lock might be more expensive. I don't know. And that one has milling. Like, let's see, is there like a budget button lock? Here's a budget button lock, 59. Yeah. So it's slightly more expensive for them to make this top liner lock, which makes sense. They have like an extra, they have some R&D into it and whatnot. So that
What's
makes
the
sense. Let's check out
what's
this
the price
hedgehog.
on that? That hedgehog looks kind of high. Is that aluminum or what is that made out of? Oh, it's
So
129.
129. It must be the steel S35 and
Ah,
G10. So they upgraded the steel. That's an interesting choice. I
yeah,
think
to jump at
people
that
probably
high,
would have preferred like
14
154.
or 14C for 90 bucks.
They asked me if I wanted to review it. I said yes, so hopefully I have one on the way. And then I asked today, they haven't seen it yet, but I asked today if they would send me that raccoon because I didn't know they had a top liner lock version. And look, finally, a lefty freaking option on one of these knives. It's the one thing that's been bugging me is they've done a lot of righty only shit. This looks good. I like this knife so far.
Quick question. When you communicate with people like Vosteed, do you communicate via email? Do you have a contact? Do you use Instagram?
It really depends on the handle width. Okay, it's height 0.49. That's not bad. It really depends on the company. So like a lot of them it's both. Like I'll talk to one person on Instagram and another person on email. And that's kind of I think how it's been with Vosteed. Like I don't know who their Instagram person is. I don't know if it's you, like the owner guy, but via
It's that
email I
young
talked
guy
to
and girl. It's the guy
Corinne.
and girl that were at the booth at 2023. I don't know if you went by there. They were younger than me, and it could be the owner.
Were they Chinese?
They were Asian. It was a young girl, thin,
That was
and
probably Corinne, and then it was probably you was the other. He's the owner guy. He has glasses.
yep.
Yeah. He's
Kind of nerdy
really
looking,
cool,
but
dude.
real friendly.
Yeah, they seem really cool. I actually yesterday because I've been loving this thing so much. I asked them like, would you guys want to do like a collaboration or worst case like would you OEM something for us with this top lock? I think this would be sick on a large nip is what I was thinking. So I was thinking we do the nip L, the nipple, and we put this lock on it.
That would be sick, dude. That lock
what I
is.
was thinking.
I've not tried Vosteed's version, but that's my favorite. That smock is my favorite lock mechanism.
You'll love this thing, dude. Yeah, you should buy that hedgehog or that raccoon and try it. If the detents are anything like this thing, this has a flipper tab, so and it's not weak, man. It's a heavy blade too. The reverse flick is so good on this. It's like strong as shit. So yeah, I was like, would you guys do? Because first I asked about the pivot lock, because I think that would be cool too. But those pivot locks, knives tend to be thicker because they got to fit all that shit in the pivot. It all has to be this way. You can't, with a liner lock or whatever, you can put stuff vertical.
Right.
You
You
can
don't have to
thin
build it out.
The pivot lock, you have, this much space to fit everything. So it's got to kind of stack in. So they told me to use the V anchor lock, it has to be 0.502 inches thick minimum. So half an inch, no matter what, which is already kind of like at my like half an inch is like maybe acceptable depending on the knife, right? And the ergos and everything. But we prefer to have stuff under 0.47, 0.48 tops. You know what I mean? I don't know. And so at first I was thinking that pivot lock would be cool, but the more I played with this RS Chaos, the more I was like, dude, and I can already picture a large nip in this format. It's easy to picture when you look at this knife.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, the nip has so many. I think you could do so much with that thing. The nip slip is going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah. So I think that would be sick. So I've been asking them, see what they say about, collaborating would be cool, I think. But even if they just OEM'd it for us, depending on the cost. So Colin's going to mock it up, basically. And I told them, I was like, we'll mock it up and then you guys can see if it would work or you're interested. I guess it would be kind of similar to the RS Chaos and their Hedgehog. So maybe it's too similar to stuff they've done already. They might not want to do it. But
hey, do you have a Vosteed code? Iron Butter Knife was asking, and I didn't see one on your link tree or your shield tree. I'm sorry.
who?
Iron Butter Knife is asking if there's a Vosteed code, and I couldn't find one on your shield tree.
Yeah, there's no code. It's just a link. So just a link. But if you're going to buy shit anyway, just use the link or not. It's up to you. If I have a code, it's in there as well. It's on the link tree or in the description. I have them all broken down by the percent discount.
Yeah, we always ask for codes, but not everybody gives codes. And some companies, I kind of find it funny, but some companies don't get back with some of the biggest creators and don't want the affiliation. They don't want the business to pay out the little commission, which to me is kind of odd. But I guess if you're a big retailer, you don't have to advertise because you've got your Google search so tuned in.
Wait, say that again. Some people don't want to what?
There's some companies, big knife companies, that won't work with some of the bigger creators, the biggest creators. And it's just because they don't, I guess they feel like their marketing budget, they don't need the extra sales because they're so findable on Google.
Yeah, or they have their stuff priced so that they don't have room for extra commission. Like White Mountain Knives, he gives everybody 10% codes, but he won't give commission because 10% is as much.
I'm talking about Knife Center specifically, because Knife Center, and I've heard Jared talk about it, he reaches out to everybody, and Knife Center won't give him the time of day because they don't have any influence or budget. And to me, that seems almost crazy, but they do show up on Google search and they've got their channel, but their channel has what, 200,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Instead of, because their prices aren't any lower, instead of having, 30 of the top influencers also talk about your shit and your site. Because Jared told me early on, if they don't want to work with you, don't use their link. Because I always put the link in the description of where I buy the knife.
What knife are you talking about? If it's loosened multiple times on you, I'd recommend taking it apart again and cleaning the pivot screw and the inside of the barrel with alcohol thoroughly, because you probably have oil in there. And then I would recommend you start using oil tolerant Loctite. You want to get what is it? Loctite. It's Vibratite 192, 1 something 2. That one's oil tolerant. That's the worst one you could use.
Dude, I've never had a problem with this.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but that's the worst one. It takes so long to cure because it's a gel. But I forget what it is. But if you go to Orion Knives, David's website, he sells it in a pretty big bottle for like $5, and it comes with needles. It's basically my setup. Yeah, it's this. And this is oil tolerant Loctite. But you also want to just clean out the pivot because it's probably got oil in it. Or you're not letting it sit long enough. It's got to sit for 48 hours sometimes.
Show me that Vibrotite again. I was on another tab. And it's not any lockier than the blue. It just holds better with oil.
It's oil tolerant, so it'll still cure even if there's some oil in there. Where other Loctite, it won't cure at all if there's oil. And guess what? Knives have a lot of oil on them.
Yeah, especially mine.
I still recommend you clean. I always clean. If you watch my videos, I always clean the shit out of the pivot. I'll take alcohol on a cloth and then shove it into the pivot, and I'll clean the screw. And I never have a problem because I do that.
Is that the same Vibrotite that KPL sells in the little thing and in the medium-sized thing?
What?
Is this the same? Is your Vibrotite the same as what KPL sells? Because I've got some of this.
No, KPL's is the regular that doesn't.
It's not the oil blocker.
Whatever.
I got you.
That one is no, that is it. 121. It should say oil tolerant on there somewhere.
Let's see.
Or is it 122 that is oil tolerant?
Temporary adhesive. It doesn't say anything about oil tolerant.
So if you go
122 medium blue on the frickin' specs and 121 on the bottle. Something's fucked up.
I think it is 122 I'm thinking of. Vibrant. Yep. 122 is the oil tolerant kind.
Well, look, can you see this? The spec calls it out as 122.
All right. Well,
we know it's not.
Well, unless they're reusing the picture, but
let's look at this one here.
I have
it's 121, which I bet they're both 121.
Probably, maybe that's where the picture comes from. I don't know. So I have a link and a code to KPL, but the thing is, almost everything that I recommend from there, you can get somewhere a lot cheaper. And I used to just recommend it anyway because it was easier just to say go to KPL. But like these things that I get on that I use all the time in disassemblies, these little Q-tip things.
I buy those on Amazon.
Yeah, they sell them for like $5 for like 50, I don't know, 10 or 50 of them. I can get 200 or like 500 for like $6 on Amazon.
Let me show you something. You can get a lot more than that because I went and I matched them with the exact ones. I ordered a bunch of different packs because they were so cheap. And then let me go to my cart.
I want to give it away, Double D. I just don't. I have to find the right time because I gotta put it in a fucking huge box. That's the annoying part. That's why this flashlight took so long to give away. I was just waiting until a big box came in that I could use.
I've got a little gift that Jim Miller sent up. That's a small knife case, a small Apache case. And the reason I haven't given it away is because I don't have the box. A box big enough to ship it with. So these little guys, let me find. Fuck. How do you it's not autoplay? Is that just a YouTube thing?
What?
Where your videos just automatically play when you go there?
I don't know. What are you doing right now? Because you're sharing.
I'm looking for these little I didn't mean to be sharing. I'm looking for these
Q-tips.
They're 400 pieces.
Yeah, that's what I get. It's like 400 or 500. It's like $8.
$5.99.
Yeah, well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I know, but that's what I was looking for and I've got those compared because I ordered a bunch of different ones. They've got some bigger ones. They're all makeup applications.
I got bigger ones, but I have them.
Do you not like them? I've never gotten them. I've looked at them.
They're too they don't really like absorb shit. They just like smear it around.
Ah, so they're more for like brushing out your eyeliner and shit like
it's for
that.
like mascara or some shit. That's what all this is like makeup stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked about the name Mayhem. I'm pretty sure it was CRKT because they give everybody a cease and desist for names. They've done it to like 5 people we know of. Let me show you guys these prototypes before I forget. So these came in from my buddy Justin. If you want to pull up High Grain Design,
here, I'll put it in the chat.
On the you can share it once I'm done. But so he sent me these prototypes. This is his new model, or his first production knife. Pre-order is in May 18th. It's called the DeVille, and I fucking love this thing. So just get ready for me to rant about this thing. This is the DeVille, and this is a Best Tech OEM. I believe these are going to start. I've been trying to get them to start these at $299 in my Carta. Then it'll probably be like $350 in these carbon versions. Look how clean this design is. They did such a good job. That clip is gorgeous. And then the thing that I love so much is how that blade just like looks like it disappears right there.
But it's a lower tip.
Yeah. So it's a front flipper and a hole. And
Jaeger vibes.
I don't think it looks anything like a Jaeger.
I don't think it looks like it. I'm just telling you, all knives give you vibes of other shit.
So I put this in the category with the Jaeger, the Stout, the Strix. Those 3, I would probably say I'm probably missing one. I think. Oh, the Evo. Those like sheep's foot bolster lock premium type knives.
Is it a hollow? It looks hollow.
Yep, it's hollow. I told them to see if they can go a little bit deeper. It's already good, but I think deep hollow grinds sell knives, and it would probably sell better if it was a little bit deeper. It's still really good. Belt satins are gorgeous. M390. Look at that action, dude. The whole design is amazing. The front flipper is thick.
All around it. You don't even need the hole.
Well, that's the other thing. The fuller, so you can flick it off the fuller. And then this one is a blue carbon fiber. I don't know. It's like a marbled blue, I guess.
Dude, why does it look like this site I pulled up is just selling scales?
Yeah, so that's their thing. They sell inlays for knives.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. It's kind of like...
there's the DeVille.
Yeah. And they've sold inlays for the Jaeger, the Evo, the Strix. And I think...
Not just any inlays, fucking badass leather, alligator. I mean...
So I think they have a type, right? That's the kind of knife they like. That's the kind of knife I like, is that, you know? And so they designed one that's in that kind of design language, and I think they killed it.
Yeah, I really like it. It looks thin too from this side picture. Is it pretty thin?
The knife?
Yeah, the knife, the body, the handle.
I mean, it's not like
0.43.
No, it's not stupid thin. That's stupid thin, dude. That's like Pony Stout, original Pony Stout thin.
The picture I'm looking at looks like much less than half of an inch.
The what you're looking at?
Here, let me share it. I'm looking at their
web. Got pretty thick stock. I would venture to guess it's like 0.47, 0.48.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah, it looks thin.
No, it's a little over half an inch. Right at half an inch. But it's got a slight contour.
Well, and it looks thin, I guess, because it's so high or tall, whatever you want to call.
So it's not like, this is what I was saying earlier, where half an inch is kind of like that's like where I'm like, okay, that's fine. But anything thicker, I'm not into. But it depends on the design. Like the way this works ergonomically, it's really comfortable in the hand. So the thickness is good. You got a flat right here you can choke up on.
Do you get the vibe that they're going to offer replacement scales for that? I'm looking at it and it looks like they could.
I mean,
It's a scale
that's
company.
literally what they do. So
Yeah.
I would assume they're going to do scales. But I don't know. The front flipper is really good too.
Man, what they do to the apex is fucking tits.
I'm guessing they named it after a car, not a Disney movie, but I always think of Corella DeVille. But I'm guessing it was named after the car, like the Coupe DeVille.
Milliquizer.
I don't know. I'm in love with this thing. So I'm definitely picking one of these up on the pre-order. It's like a month away, more than a month away. I'm the first one, I think, to check it out.
May 18th.
Yeah. So what my plan was, I have the unboxing going up in I don't know, Monday, probably Tuesday. And then I was gonna film another like short review, and I'll probably post that closer to the pre-order. Man, this thing is so nice. The Fuller is gorgeous, and it's so nice that you can just, I mean, even all the way down here at the bottom of it, it feels like a crispy.
This is snappy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Normally, you get down there on a knife, and it's like it's gonna feel weak because you're that far away from the.
Yeah, from the blade, you don't have the
But
momentum.
it just fires, man. And the blade's got some weight to it because it's not. Oh, this is the cool thing that I think is cool aesthetically. The stock is thinner back here and then gets chunky up here.
That's
and then
interesting.
comes down to that tip. It's so fucking cool. I don't know why that just like aesthetically is so nice to me. And then
It probably helps with the weight too, the balance.
the way it sits in the handle like that, it's just so cool. It'd be really sick if these were all like perfectly flush right here.
You can
Like
hide your stash in there too.
if that line was perfectly there, you can see the tip on this one. Kind of nice for them, honestly. The centering could be all fucked up and it wouldn't even matter. You can barely, like on this one, you can't even see it.
That's, I mean, that's impressive. It's definitely different.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And I guess
cool,
you
man.
have to put a front flipper on it for people who don't middle finger flick or thumb flick.
I mean, dude, you can flick this thing with any finger because of that fuller, and it is a like damn good thumb flicker too. Like usually, they're not the best thumb flickers when you have the hole. You know what I mean?
I can't thumb flick shit. I mean, I
This
can
one's
thumb flick
easy.
some
This
stuff.
hole is like, it's just so good. Anyway, I love this thing. So this is the DeVille. Oh, you have it up.
Well, here I was just saying if they could fix the clip on the apex, look how good those scales look. No, but here's the DeVille. And the picture I was talking about that made it look thin was this next picture. This one. What? That one.
I guess.
To me, that kind of looks compact for the size of the knife.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge knife either. I guess maybe people want to see the size.
I don't know which one I like the best. Either the blue carbon fiber, I guess the dark matter.
I think it's like a little bit. I think it's like a stout size knife. This is a Strix. It's my custom.
I don't like that carbon fiber on the. For some reason, is that carbon fiber or is that?
It's end cut. I don't like it either. Vero uses it.
I think
the gold matter. This, but
The gold matte or the blue would be for me. Here, I'll take it down.
Probably like 3.3, 3.25, something like that. It's a good size knife. You know, I got a little bit of room left when I choke up, but when I choke back, literally perfect size. It hits all the marks for me. You know, I love a sheep's foot. I love a bolster lock. I love a belt satin. I love a hollow grind. I love a Best Tech build. Listen to this thing, man.
Belt satin looks sick.
The action. And they didn't sacrifice detent for that front flipper. I really appreciate Best Tech for doing that. Really, really nice. I'm digging. I'm picking one up. So that's usually the best thing I can say is I'm picking one up, you know.
And you'll hang on to it for at least 48 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's saying something.
Yep. For sure.
I'm sending this to my buddy.
I haven't pre-ordered a knife in probably like a year. I can't remember last time I did a pre-order. I used to have like 12 at a time coming in. I haven't pre-ordered a knife in forever. I probably have one that I can't think of, but I do. I have the Volt.
Dude, I've not ordered a knife, period, in probably close to 2 months. And the only thing I've got coming in are a set of 80-10 scales or 80-15 scales that I ordered 120 days ago. They're needing washers.
Yeah. The problem with the Jaeger guys is the tip is useless. I was so afraid to use that knife for anything because that tip is so dainty. Like this at least has a decent tip on it. That's one argument that I was having a conversation in a group chat because I said you should go thinner on the hollow grind. I think he still could go thinner and that tip would still be very usable. But like right now, that tip is
chunky.
No, it's not chunky. It's hard to show you. Let's see if I can show you here. There, it's got meat.
Is it piercing enough, or does it come straight down like a cleaver?
It's got an angle. You could pierce shit with this. I'd say it's as usable as a stout. And I think the stout is plenty usable. I mean, right?
Oh yeah. Well, your stout's got more tip, or more point. But yeah, they're both equally usable for opening boxes. You could jab the stout in somebody's shoulder better. A little bit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying because it's flat here when it'll hit that. Where this'll help it go in. But yeah.
Not that we use knives for that, but yeah, I always look at that.
I don't, but
like for example, this would not be my ideal Slurpee saver.
Like it's got the same action, build quality, all that shit as the V2, which at this point, in my opinion, is a huge compliment. I've grown to accept that the Stout V2 is really good. I usually don't.
NFK20, reach out to brother Lord Needham. I don't know if he still has a Jaeger that he's trying to get rid of, but I'm sure there are ways to get them. I know there are a few on Blade Binge, and what I always tell people is
just
even
go
though
to the Brown group on Facebook. You could probably buy one so fast. There's probably a bunch for sale in the Brian Brown group. There's got to be. There's like 8,000 of them out there at this point.
And just FYI, I bought 5 knives off of Blade Binge, and I've never paid what they were asking. I always send a nice message. Can you get closer to table? Or, that like there's one now where somebody's selling a nip. I'm sure you saw that, Kevin.
What?
The Blade Binge.
The one that was like 280
500? Or something? I think it was 500 because they're not in stock anymore. And I wrote a comment on his last night because we did it on the live. I just go through and troll people on their messages, and he was like, they're not coming back in. I was like, dude, this knife's so popular. If people wait, they'll probably get a chance. Plus,
Well,
yours is going to come down in price because nobody's going
that
to buy it.
version, the purple one, is never coming back because that
It was
camo
a
carbon doesn't make it anymore.
right.
So it'll be purple. It just won't be the same purple. If we do purple, I can't promise that.
I don't think this guy's was purple. Let me find it.
Yeah, I like pre-orders too, man. I just stopped doing them because nothing's really caught my eye all that much. Oh, I did do the Kickstarter for the new crispy donut community Outbreak. I was really impressed with that when I had the prototype, and they had it up for $220. The second time they did the Kickstarter, and I actually I'm in a group chat with those guys, and I saw that they were one sale away from funding it the other day, and I was like, I'll be the guy, I'll be the hero. So I went and funded it. What's new Lush variations? We're doing dark matter gold, purple haze fat carbon, and then flow party camo carbon and 80s camo carbon. Those will all be the normal satin build. And then there's going to be a blacked out one with black wash blade and dark matter glow. So there's 5 Lushes coming, new ones. Well, 4 new. You guys liked 80s so much, we just did another batch of those. Tall Boy just went into production, so I don't know. It's going to be end of summer, probably, for Tall Boy, Nip Light, and Fireball. Those are all going to come in around the same time, so we'll have to space them out.
That motherfucker might have sold it after I roasted him last night.
No, we ordered them all last week, Palmer. Everything's in production. The camo carbon's ordered. Yeah, everything's good to go.
Hey, here's that real steel for $200.
It's overfunded now. Well, yeah, of course. Once it's funded, it's overfunded. What? Yeah, I saw a nip for
No, that's the real steel. That's for $200. I don't know what they're selling it for regularly.
Is that MC selling that? No, I'm just kidding.
Probably. Raytheos. I'm trying to find the nip. I'm gonna find it. And if he sold it, I'm gonna feel like an idiot because I did bash on him last night.
Who?
The guy. I'll go through and look at Blade Binge, and if I see somebody that's out of line, I'll just go into I'll message them and say, "Hey, man, is there any way you could get closer to kind of act like I'm interested?"
Oh, I don't have a beef with SBK. We had a little beef like a year and a half ago when he was calling out our OEM for making knives in China. And this was the OEM that was supposed to be making knives here. And he called them out. And I don't know. It was a whole thing. But anyway, he basically saved our bacon. So I don't have any issue with SPK. But yeah, we had a little bit of back and forth for a little while. Because he has this dude, Bacon Swag, whatever, that's up his ass. And the guy's a major douche.
Who's that?
I don't know. That's his handle. I haven't seen him in a while. Bacon Swag FL.
Is he a fan or is he an employee?
Yeah, he's a dickhole. He's a fan. He was like up Alex's butthole.
I got you.
I don't know why he was hating on us. Oh, he was like saying we were copying stuff or whatever. And I don't know how he got Alex involved, but
Seems
somehow
like
he got involved. And then I reviewed his knife, and then I think it was like right after that he started calling out the Growler, the one that we had prototypes from M3. They were actually from Best Tech. Confirmed that, by the way. I think Neves showed it off and he saw it and he was like, there's no way this is made in the US. And for like, I don't know, 12 hours, I was like semi saying like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, you thought it was.
I started listening.
OEM.
And he just made too much sense.
That dude sold that fucking nip. I hope none of y'all bought it last night during my live stream.
I
Unless
saw
you
one for 220. I never saw one for 500. So maybe he
maybe no,
lowered it.
it was the Jaeger that was 500. It was over. It was 220, and it was because they were no longer in stock. He had a little message there. You
That's
can't
not
get
terrible though.
dude.
It's
He
like
didn't have to
40
go
bucks.
anywhere to get it. It's $30, but
Maybe
I
he
would never.
overpaid and then
True, and he's got to pay NAF's blade binge. But in that
yeah.
case,
And
I
shipping and all that shit. I don't know. I
I get
always do that too, where I'm like, oh my God, this guy's charging $10 over retail. And it's like, well, he wants to cover his shipping or whatever, PayPal fee or whatever it is. But yeah, that's always my first thing too, is like, oh my God, he's
I guess I
selling
was
it.
more of an asshole because I've got 3 of them.
Well, that's not your, I mean, you bought them.
Yeah,
Why would you feel bad?
but they were 175, right?
On the Blurple, what?
The Blurple knit, or was it 199?
They were all 175.
Yeah. So, and he's at 230.
And if you were smart, you on that one you got a discount because you used Lefty 10 or whatever. You got it for 157 or whatever. That
Yeah,
knife was a fucking steal, dude.
great knife. I mean, it's still, I love it. A lot of people don't carry 5th pocket knives, but I carry that as a primary because I carry a fixed blade. I'm carrying this, and this guy's coming back to make knives. This is a servant. This is a servant simpleton. He made knives for years, and Brother Palmer Conley sent me a message giving me his original Instagram, and it says in 2024 he's going to start making his knives again. And I messaged him last night, and I haven't checked to see if he messaged me back.
What up, Luke? Yeah, guys, feel free to put up the link for Chuck It GoFundMe. Did you know him or sorry, he's not dead. Do you know him?
The name sounds familiar. Did he? Did he?
Charles Hooper?
What happened? What happened to him? I remember he
He got
got.
in a motorcycle accident and he's got some hospital bills and he makes hot sauce for people. But I thought you would have known him if anybody did. But a lot of the guys in the chat do. Anyway, there's a GoFundMe up for him for medical bills, so definitely check that out.
Palmer, you're an awesome dude for that. I messaged him last night. A skateboarding accident. Fuck,
Oh,
said. See, that's why I identified with it. You know, Grateful Panic was living here, and
dude, don't buy Shieldon. Don't buy Shieldon unless it's OEM. Buy Shieldon. Don't buy it.
I got him into skateboarding, and he started skating around my neighborhood. And it was like midnight. I was sitting on the couch, and he walks in, and he's like, "Dude, can you take me to the hospital?" His goddamn arm was fucking 90 degrees. He fell off his skateboard and broke his arm, and I had to take him to the goddamn hospital at midnight. I dropped his ass off. Grateful Panic. He snapped it. I've been skateboarding for 48 years and haven't broken a bone. I've fallen a shitload of times and lost a lot of skin, but I always go rodeo clown. Anybody that tries to hold themselves off a pavement does not understand gravity.
There was a motorized skateboard. Oh, I thought it was a motorcycle.
I had a couple of those companies reach out to me, and I couldn't. I love motorized skateboards, and I love one wheels, and I would love to have a channel.
That's kind of like you're asking to get hurt.
No, they're not.
Motorized skateboard.
Dude, if you skateboard anyway, which I do, and
Get
I've
a
gone.
Scooter, man. Those scooters are the shit. The
Dude,
electric
scooters
scooter.
are for no, never. You'll never catch me on an electric scooter.
Well, safer.
Well, yes and no. I've seen a lot of people eat it bad on scooters because you have a false sense of security and your momentum, your hands are on the handle. So if anything happens, you're going face first. On a skateboard, you can at least roll out of it. But motorized skateboards, I think the fastest ones go like 29 miles per hour.
Not 30, 29.
Well, I think that's what they say, 29, 30, whatever. That's not fast on a skateboard. That's
I just
fast.
don't like them. Nuts for knives. They did a shitty job on our first OEM with them, so don't worry about it. maybe we should continue our mission here. So let me see who's next. We did Vosteed. What?
Kaiser or Civivi
Yeah,
are the
let's
ones I
do
think of.
Civivi. I don't check out Civivi often, so that's a good one to check out. I do have a link though, because ShareASale has it. I haven't seen any of these except for this star flare because JD was showing it in our group chat and saying it was a faux pivot lock. He was being funny, but it wasn't funny. It just looks like a button lock. What it looks like to me is a Volpex design.
It
Is
looks
it
to me like that knife that has that weird
is it a
little
Nope.
little 90-degree thing, the fox knife. It looks like a fox knife.
The radius lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That,
go back one page and I'll show you a knife that's really interesting, but it doesn't look good there. The top one, the first one, the blue tick.
ew.
You know who makes that? You know who
What?
designed that knife?
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's named after it's what the fuck is their name? Keenison.
Keenison. And Keenison's grinds, that's why I don't see the design language in that knife, even though Keenison's probably my favorite. Those grinds on those Keenison knives.
It's him. It's
Yeah,
him.
Brian.
I'm not into any of their designs.
Dude, are you not?
Nope. Just they don't do it for me, man. But yeah, they name them all after different hounds, types of hounds or whatever. Dogs. Yeah, I'm just not into it. They're way too how do I say this? It's stupid, but they're way too handmade looking. And I'm a CNC precision guy, if you know what I mean.
You think this knife, let me pull it up, is handmade looking?
This
And
one,
let me find
the blue
let me
tip?
find these two right here. I'm gonna pull this up and show it because this to me looks like a production knife. And I think it's probably one of the sexiest knives I've seen outside of the Evo.
Yeah, 100%. That looks handmade.
The strays, dude.
Yeah. How does that not look handmade to you?
Well, so if you did that in a P, if you did a stray P, because that to me looks like a Ware Alley compared to the Alley
It
P.
looks like
I
a
mean, what would
handmade
be
knife.
different? What would be different if you sent that to Best Tech
So the
Arena?
problem with this knife, the reason why I don't go back to that one. The reason
Okay.
why I don't like this new production knife, I think it looks cool or whatever, is can you pull it back up?
Well, yeah, the production knife or this one?
Basset Hound.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
not this one. This is their in-house custom, right?
yeah,
Go back. That one looks cool. The Stray, I like that one.
yeah. I love the stray. That's the one
But
I
I'm
was.
talking about the other one, the Basset Hound. The problem
Yeah,
with the
blue tick.
Basset Hound for me is
It's the blue tick, not the Basset Hound.
no, the Basset Hound, dude. On
Okay.
Instagram, you had it up.
Oh, I thought you were wanting me to go back to Civivi, dude.
No, go back to literally the one you had up when I said go back.
All right, I got you. I'm hearing you.
Go back to their posts.
I'm frozen. Give me a second. Here we go. All right, so you're talking about the one he's holding up here?
What?
Where is it?
No, go
God
down.
damn it.
It's the
Let
one
me
with the
find it
green
again.
handle. No, it was right there, dude.
I know, dude, but what I'm telling you is it won't let me go back. It was fucking me.
That one
This one?
on the left.
This one?
Up one.
Okay.
Well, it's the same knife, but yeah, that one. Jesus.
What bothers you about that?
You look how far away you are from the blade when you hold it. Your hand has to go here because you can't choke up. You can't. That's not a choil. I
No,
handled it at Blade, Texas. So your finger, the farthest up your finger can be is right here.
but isn't it small? Isn't
Which
it
is
like a 3-inch blade?
It's like an inch from the blade, which kills it for me personally.
I can see that, and I never thought about that.
And I actually handled this one. It has all the handmade like feeling, but it's production, which makes no sense to me. If you're gonna make a production knife, utilize CNC. Don't have those like square corners and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Make it, utilize the technology that you're.
Yeah, you can rest on the flat, Michael, but you can't rest in that choil. That choil is huge. Like the distance that your index finger is from the blade is just way too far for me. I would get caught on that choil every time I try to cut something.
It does look kind of aggressive, the choil does. What
Which is dumb because like how much do I actually cut with these knives? But I gotta look at it. Like I like that straight.
you can't get
This
your
thing
finger
is
in
sexy.
there?
That's sexy. I'll give you that one. But that's not what whenever I've seen these, they've been actual handmade customs and they don't look good to me. This looks good because it was probably done on a CNC machine.
I wonder who his OEM is for his do you know, is it Best Tech Riot?
So the Basset Hound is Best Tech. The first one, the that skinny ass one, that one was Riot.
I think that's pretty sick looking too. What kind of carbon fiber?
It just looks like a handmade knife to me, and I just don't. I don't know what it is.
But isn't your Strix your favorite knife?
Yeah, but that's like the only exception. But it's got a freaking belt satin, which to me looks production.
I get it.
Obviously, it's a custom knife, but
look at that beautiful son of a bitch.
There's always exceptions, but I just don't like the knives that are production that so for example, the Strix, when he made the Strix production knives, he utilized the CNC machine. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And
same with the Alley P, I think he did. Ware did, but the Savini, this just didn't look like one of his knives. I mean, I was kind of cool to see it coming, but it wasn't. And I've been so out of it.
Because Savini literally has to dumb it down to make
the last
it work.
movie I got was this, and it's an excellent knife.
Well, so that reminds me of that new tactile knife that everybody's talking about that I just don't get. I don't understand it.
Don't like it.
So I don't think people understand. They're calling it an in-house design. Why did they make it look just like the Vision?
And
it has his lock, but it's an in-house design.
But I thought, so if it has his lock, according to Andrew Demko, no, that's different. That's not the Snex. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a Snex super lock. They got permission to use the super lock, but he didn't design it. So they in-house internally designed something that basically looks a lot like the Vision R. I just feel like they're kind of competing with
somebody not in their wheelhouse. I mean, they just released a $600 knife.
What?
They just released a $600 knife.
Who did?
Now they're Tactile. That what's it called? The Archer.
Yeah, that one does nothing for me either.
It's going to be here tomorrow. Lord Needham, or Monday. Lord Needham sent it.
I don't like how the whole, like, just the way it feels in the hand when you're trying to flick it, and it just doesn't. It's like too thin, or I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm just talking shit right now because you keep bringing up knives that I don't like.
That you hate. Well, you don't like mini knives, and that's what I told people last night. You were one of my biggest influencers, but not because I bought the shit you loved. I bought some of the stuff you loved, but I bought a lot of the shit you didn't like because I knew what I liked was a little different at the time.
Yeah. Maybe it's open source then. I don't know. But that's my point. Like, I think that a lot of people think that it's a what is it? Tactile Knife Co. What?
I think it's just Tactile Knife Co.
.co?
Let me pull it.
Oh, .com. There it is. Okay. So let me just share it. I don't know why I'm being weird, but if you take this knife and you put a hole right here, wouldn't it just look like let's pull the other one up.
Well, let's look at the Vision FG with no goddamn, it's got thumb studs too.
Well, you got to remember the Vision came first.
Right. That's what I'm saying. This looks, that looks to me, except for the speed holes, similar.
it's super strange to me. I can't show you both at once, but let me just do this. So this is the Chupacabra from Tactile. And this is the Vision FG. Vision FG Chupacabra.
They definitely look inspired by one another, and we know which one came last.
So then you could take the V Vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just for, shits and giggles here. Let's take that one too. All right. So that's the Wii Vision. That's the Chupacabra.
Seems like they would have done a drop point or something.
And that's the FG. So I guess it's just odd to me because if you read their little description here, proudly
It's the
designed,
franchise.
machined, and assembled in our Dallas, Texas shop. And here it goes. The legend started when the head honcho, Will Hodges, approached our lead in-house engineer with a mission. Let's
Will
make a
is the dude
super
that's
lock.
got real fat, right?
It's
He's the
better
young
than
guy.
anything out there. After weeks of deliberation and countless pots of coffee, we had a design that wasn't our typical design language, but prioritized function over form. Internally, we jokingly referred to the beast as the Chupacabra because of the spine, and after months of making prototypes and revisions to fine-tune the action, the name stuck, and we're incredibly excited for you to experience our mythical creation.
Not
I promise you, they say it's an in-house design. So I don't know. It's like fucking weird to me.
Yeah, Metal Inquisitor, they are different, but if you look at the tail, even though the angles are a little different, and you look at the blade, even the aggressiveness, the way the blade points, they're very similar.
I mean,
But
sure, it has
not
belly
copy.
where this doesn't. The Vision is more, it's a straight edge down and a more of a pointy tip, where this has more of a, has this rounded portion. Oh shit, you can't see what I see. Hold on. So if you look at it, this has this little rounded area here. So it's kind of rounded down to the tip and then kind of belly up here, right? Kind of like, like a stout has, like
Palmer
a
said they
rounded
did
front,
claim it's an in-house design on Tri-States Live.
where this is more straight and then a straight edge. Still has belly. It's just a less dramatic thing with that.
But if you're going to do the third Snex lock, you think
I
you'd
just
make it
think
look
it's weird
different.
that it's so
Similar.
similar.
Could have
And
been a
it's
drop
not his
point.
design. That's,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, he claimed
uh,
it was on Tri-States Live, Palmer said.
but who knows? I don't fucking know. Who cares? What happened on Tri-States Live?
They were in there and they claimed it was in-house design.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, you could take
Level on up. I've seen scales for the Vision, but I don't know who makes them. I agree with you. If those holes could be done away with, it would be a much better knife.
I mean, somebody could take one of our knives and pull up another knife and say this, so, whatever. I'm not, and we've never done that. So it could just be that it just turned out that way, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it is kind of, if you think about it, you notice how a lot of crossbar locks look like a bug out?
Yeah.
I think sometimes the lock dictates certain shit where like you have to do something a certain way because the lock, and then you go to close the blade and you can't. So you got to adjust the blade. So the blade has to be a straighter edge, right? It ends up having to be like a sheep's foot because of the way the lock functions. And maybe that's how it all just turned out that way.
Very possible.
So
There's got to be something to that. The reason they all look kind of similar. You don't think it's because they want them to look similar.
right. Yeah, I just think it's weird. I'm not saying Tactile is some weird, like they fucking stole it. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying it's kind of weird to me. It's just interesting. Or maybe Snacks did have some hand in something, you know?
Hey, look what I found. I was just looking for the latest gem I found on Amazon talking about inexpensive knives. That's
Yeah, the
not
Vision FG. I wish they would make that one premium and get rid of the Vision. But I still don't. I just like having a detent. That's one thing I've heard. The Chupacabra actually kind of has one, but I don't believe that until I actually handle something. Wait, go back to that. Is
me.
that fucking mag guy bullshit? Let me see that.
What I'm trying to find is
Here we go again. Now you're gonna not be able to
No, I'm gonna
find
show
the
it to you.
thing.
It's right here. What I was trying to find is they have got a Riot Exo now. This is carrot knife. Is that what you wanted to look at? Or the one I had open before that?
What?
Did you want to look at this one or the one I had open before?
This thing. Let me see. Go back up. Let me see what that is.
It is, they call it a carrot knife.
So carrot knife?
Trezin is the brand.
So this is a copy of a copy? I love it.
Yeah.
Because remember that mag? What's that brand? Daily Carry Co.
Yes, that had the one.
He
Didn't
tried
Jared
to
show that?
copy the EXO, and then
Right.
they copied him.
Well, it
That's great.
happens. I mean, you can go and when I show you this EXO or this EXO lookalike, let me
I
see
don't
how.
know what Atomic Punk is. Sorry.
Let me
I don't know
find
what
it.
that is. But what up, Luke?
Where is my browsing history? Let's go to. Because I pulled up this knife the other day and I was like, holy shit. Where is it? Where is it? That's
You
the
pin those
carrot.
gravity knives that he just showed for $5 on Timo. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
Timo
I
is the devil.
also got a Nefaris in.
I was going to send you my Nefaris. What do you think about it? It's got killer detent, doesn't it? Don't lie.
Well, Rob sent me this Rob's Nerdy Knives. He said he actually lightened the detent, I think.
What?
So he like warned me that the detent was gonna be too light. It's not bad. It's fine. It's just not like super
Let me
strong.
send you mine and you'll
No, I don't want more Nefarises, but I wanted to fucking hate it. It was one of those knives that like everybody raves about, so I wanted it to come and suck ass. But it's good. I can't
it's really
hate it. I mean, it's
slicey.
not lefty friendly at all, and I think it's fucking hideous. I think this thing is ugly as fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't strike me on the eyeballs.
It's like all fucking fat here and shit. I just don't like it. But it is fucking really well made. I love the milling lines along the top here and the bottom here. I hate single-sided inlay knives too. So I hate that. I think this is kind of cool how they do this, the lock bar.
And the flipper tab, does it work good on Rob's? Because the flipper tab is snappy
yeah, it
too.
works well. I just don't personally like these type of flipper tabs because I feel like I got to reach up so high to get them.
Right, because it's so concealed.
Yeah. And the whole design is good and everything, but I don't know why everybody raves about this knife. Like, it's not, I don't know. Like, I would much rather fucking finger flick a stout than I would this thing.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm biased on that. I don't know. It's good. It's well made and it's good. It's got good action. It doesn't blow me away or aesthetically catch me at all. So I still don't get why everybody is like fawning over it, but I can't talk shit on it either, you know?
Did you see that review or unboxing Jared or maybe Metal Complex did on that new, I think it's Metal Complex, the 30th anniversary or the 20th anniversary Wii that comes with a special certificate of authenticity that I think looks like total shit?
Oh, I fucking made fun of that so hard. When I unboxed this from Rob, it came with a certificate and it fucking cracks me up, dude. It looks like a fucking
And they've
social
gotten away from
security
that.
fucking card or
Yeah, or your birth certificate.
Like, get over yourself.
Well,
Jesus
now the one
Christ.
on this 30th anniversary, there's a little like envelope in there about this big that has the cleaning cloth and stuff, and it's got a little small business
Joe
card.
Chung signed it. Fucking.
That's probably run through a laser printer.
I mean,
It's so weird that Amazon will have a knife that you see 20 times and you go back and look for it and you can't fucking find it. Is there a browsing history on Amazon?
You just got to remember what it's called, whatever it's called. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't remember because it was one of those. I think it was maybe by that same company who fakes the Demcos and the
Thanks,
ENT.
Ron.
What were they called?
You're clone boy.
No, I'm not. I'm fascinated that our laws, even though I know it's not, that Amazon looks the other way. I just don't get that. I would think that one phone call.
I don't think people are reporting them.
I would. I mean, people, it just seems, and maybe because it doesn't compete in the same price point, and maybe it will lead to somebody buying your knife because they want the real thing. Maybe that's why they don't. Maybe it's more of a cooperative thing. I don't know. I think it's fucking wrong.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. The exos that are like purple and yellow and green.
Yeah,
and
they're
shit.
like $39.
Yeah, those are interesting. So wait, who here loves the Nefaris? Like, who thinks it's the greatest knife ever? Because apparently it's like the best knife from last year, according to
Well,
like 4 people.
I didn't give it the best, but I put it in the top 5.
Why?
Because it's thin, it's a big knife, and I usually don't carry big knives.
Regular Joe loves it. Okay.
It's got a great finger choil.
Hell yeah, Palmer. Did you try my trick? Did you put a little drop in the contact first before you put them in? That shit was a game changer when I first got them. Pretty sexy. All right. 3
Feel like
people.
I'm doing.
Got it. Okay, no, we got 4 now. God damn it.
I mean, it's my favorite Wii to date in terms of the way it feels, not the way it looks. But the detent on mine is, and I remember when Neves did his video, his only nitpick was he wished it had a bigger stop pin because not that it was undersized, but it clicked so hard that he felt like it could use one.
It's like they were floating. Nice. Yeah, you got to make sure you just put 1 drop because if you put too many, then it won't work. It'll just slip right off your fucking. Like when you go to put it in, it'll just fucking fall off your finger. That's what happened to me the first couple times. Just to piss you off, I'll say I love it. I don't own one. I don't have that knife. Been looking for the Wii, still no idea. Maybe the diatonic. Somebody said they love the Nasuzia. I don't know what that is.
Here's a folding pocket bug out 535 for $53.99. They call it the 535.
The what?
This on Amazon. This knife right here is called the 535, which I don't know if that's the actual. I know the 535 is a bug out number. But this knife is the bug out 535 axis lock knife, Damascus steel. And it seems like Bunchmaker could call and say, "No, fuck you. You're using our number and our name."
Yeah. Maybe
But
Amazon
it's just,
doesn't care.
I mean, it's just rampant. And to me, it's weird because bug outs are made here. Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Let me share this with you.
It looks great, man. Let me hit it with some alcohol and clean it, but I think it's flawless, man. I'm pretty sure polished Zerk is like incredibly hard to scratch. Like I think I would need like a diamond file or maybe another thing of Zerk or something. I don't think titanium on a knife can scratch this thing. I could be wrong. Watch it look like shit now.
Tactical Chariot by Design.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like
Take care, Lord Needham.
scratches. I think it's just fingerprints because it's hard to keep it clean.
You're probably banging it on the toilet when you're rubbing one out.
Yeah, I don't know. Still looks good to me.
Does Zerk come in different colors or was it just polished different?
Well, it
My,
comes looking like titanium. It's just metal.
a little more gray.
And
I
then
mean,
once
my
it's
Zerk is
oxidized,
gray.
once somebody heats it with a torch, it turns black. You can do like you can kind of make it look like oil slick by hitting it with a torch a certain way, heating it a certain way. But usually you'll see it black and then you'll see it either polished like this or it'll be matte black where they blast it after. Zircuti is black Timascus, right? Yep. Yeah, it's just Timascus with zirconium in it. So Timascus is layers of titanium.
That's pretty slick.
And then it's flamed and etched, I believe. No, I think it's just flamed.
What's that little
That
lock
gives
on the
it all
back?
these colors because there's
What,
different layers of titanium, so you can anodize them different colors or
what are the little switches on the tail end of it?
what?
By the clip, you've got two little like switches on the backside.
There's
Back
no
back by the clip, there's two little
that
like
the button.
no at the back where your middle finger is. Look at the back of the knife.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so you can
take that off. I got you.
get it
Okay,
off your keys.
so that doesn't have anything to do with locking the knife.
No, the knife has its own
Little
button to lock
slider.
it. Yeah. This thing's awesome, by the way. This is the Pathfinder V2 from Ant Design. I have a link for that too, by the way.
Have you gotten one of Mr. Atwood's pry bars yet?
I don't do pry bars.
Anymore?
Yeah. I mean, maybe I did at one point, but
Yeah, you were the Vero shill. You got
I
me to
have
buy
a
one.
couple of the Veros still, but that's just because I still have them. I
Check
did
this out.
carry a Vero one for like a year, but then I never used it, so I stopped carrying it.
Pull
I
up what I'm
switched to
sharing real
fidget,
quick.
and then I switched to flashlights. Zerk ring will scratch, and they'll show on high polish. Well, this one hasn't really scratched yet, and it is a high polish. So I've had a few things with a high polish Zerk and never seen a mark on any of it. Carried them every day. Like I had a Zerk CWF flashlight. I carried that thing every day for a year. It looked brand new. But anyway, Timascus is layers of titanium. Mokutai, apparently, people say is the same thing, but Timascus is just a name brand that like Vegas Forge or somebody made up.
I thought Mokutai was kind of like a Damascus with that stuff, where they mix different shit together, but I don't know anything
Well,
about
that's
that.
what Timascus is. It's Timascus is the same. Just think of Damascus steel, where you mix different steel layers, but use titanium instead. Timascus, Damascus, same thing. And Mokutai is apparently the same thing. As I understand it, they both also have Mokume Gane in them, which is like, so you can get Mokume, which is, it doesn't have titanium in it. It's just like bronze, copper, brass. It's all those type of patina metals mixed
Right.
together. So it looks cool. It's got all the layers and cool, and it's got like copper color, bronze color, gold color, brass color, and then it patinas too. So it like ends up looking wild. I don't like it because it's super heavy. But Mokutai is Timascus mixed with some of that stuff. So that's why you can sometimes see like gold in it or whatever. So I thought that's what Mokutai was, and I thought Timascus was just layers of titanium, none of the copper and those alloys in there. But apparently that's not true. I don't know. I'm a fan of Zircutai myself. I prefer Zircutai or Black Timascus.
And the weights are all about the same
Well, yeah,
between
Mokutai, Timascus, Zircutai, Black Timascus, all weigh the same. Mokume weighs a lot more because it has the copper and the brass, and that's what makes that up.
Gotcha.
I have a whole video on it if you want to be lost even more, Palmer.
Throw up this budget knife I'm showing.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. I thought that, but then somebody told me it is just the same thing. Yeah, it's not really tricky. It's just you just got to handle it and then see it, and then you'll put 2 and 2 together. But Mokutai, Timascus, same thing. Zircutai, Black Timascus, same thing. So it's pretty simple. So this is an XO-M or whatever?
Well, I mean, I don't, is the M, this
Oh,
is 7.75 inches.
sorry, I didn't realize it was a Clone Boy.
It's an Amazon, which makes me think, and it's aluminum, so it's not titanium. Is the XO
So,
titanium or
report it.
aluminum?
This is my point. Nobody does it.
How do
So,
you report on here? I mean, I've never seen a report button.
and I don't think Chinese companies can report stuff to Amazon because they can't even get on Amazon.
I wonder how you do that. I'll look into it because it's not just this one. They've come out with, I mean, I've seen more companies pop up every day that are doing obvious clones. Like they've even cloned the SNG, the ProTech Automatic.
Yeah, see, Brett, that's what I thought too, but apparently Mokutai and Timascus are actually the same thing. It's just Timascus is like a name brand version of it.
I mean, look at that bullshit. That's a PT-207. That's not a SNG, but it's the exact same knife.
Yes, Black Timascus has zirconium mixed in. It's Zircutai. It's the same thing. It's just these companies, they have their own name brands. So because whoever came up with the name Timascus, now then they have Black Timascus instead of calling it Zircutai, because whoever came out with Mokutai called it Zircutai. You know what I'm saying? And then there's Chad Nichols has Dark Tie, which is the same thing as Black Timascus and Zircutai. It's just black tie. It's yeah. Or what did I say? Dark tie? I forget what I said. Will you
So
make
do
a
you
full
think of
dress Divo,
Tucson?
Damascus, and Damas too? I don't know, man. That's just not my style. It's not our style. So like we haven't wanted to do it, but we might try to do it at some point. We do have some Zircuti coming. Actually, it's Damascus coming from on these Kubi orders. So the Fireball. Oh yeah, with the Fireball, we're actually doing we're doing like 10 or 15 full kits of Damascus. So you'll be able to get clip, studs, collars, and backspacer all in Damascus. There won't be Damascus steel blades, but
Got a dumb
that,
question.
what?
Would one of your OEMs sell you 5 or 10 just Damas steel blades to match if you ever wanted to in-house do some full dress because somebody ordered one? So they ship
No,
you
said.
200 knives, 10 Damas steel blades, and all your Zerk kits or whatever. So if you ever want to do a blade swap for somebody who wanted to pay for it, you'd have some blades to work from, just a few. Or would
No,
that not even be?
you would just order a knife with it on there
I
already.
just didn't know how much more the knife part of it would be than a Damas steel blade.
I don't know. As I understand it, Best Tech's pretty good about that stuff. You can order just like a couple of something if you're going full dress. I've just never thought of it. But yeah, we asked Kubi and they said they could do Zircuti. And then I asked for a picture because I got the price and I was like, damn, that's pretty affordable. And I got the picture and I was like, okay, that's Damascus. That's not Zircuti. But even
No,
if it's
that's a good
Damascus, I
point.
think it looked kind of like this. Or no, I can't remember now. I think it looked more like what Best Techs looked like or whatever. But yeah. But I don't know. The full kit will probably be like $70, which is pretty good because normally a full Damascus kit would be like $200 from somebody. So we'll see. And then with the Fireball, I think I ordered some Damascus collars. And then with the nip, I might have ordered collars. I don't remember if I did with the nip because it'd be kind of odd to put that on the nip, but I might have fucking done it because I'm crazy. But I just ordered like 10 or whatever for each of those to test it out.
So when we talk about budget knives, we're sub 100, right? Because I think this is probably the best value knife I've ever bought. This is that Black Mirror that was $142.
Yeah, but
An
it's got
M39.
dog shit M390 on it.
Well, then you can go $139 and buy the Meerkat, which I don't like the blade as much, in S90V. This is another
That would be better.
Max Ace. Well, I don't like the blade as much.
How much is that one?
Same, 142 in full tie, but S90V instead of M390.
Yeah, $15, you got yourself a nip.
Right, right. And so I'm saying if we're looking at under $100, I'm trying to get back and think of,
The best under $100 knife is the Growler V2. Full dress large nip.
I gave that the award. I mean, I think, and then I think
I'm
your best
just
under
kidding.
50. No, I
You
think
can but they were 99
they
in
were
carbon fiber.
99,
I think that's a pretty good fucking price.
and I think it was either 2023. My best budget knives it was because it's value per dollar. But I did a review before I sent Palmer his Penguin that Jim Miller sent up here, and I compared it with the slip joint. And the Penguin's a great value knife. If you're just looking for a knife, a tool for $39, $29, whatever it is.
Yeah. QSP has some good stuff. I'm trying to think of the best under $100 knife. That's such a tough price point just because there's not.
I think if you look at the best budget knife where you can say under 100, but if it's more
That's
than
where the
150,
Moyarl has always kind of held
yeah,
that.
I think the Moyarl is it, because under $50 with that type of feel, that could be, and there's no more, and I'm sorry, Leon, because I'm a big fan of this knife, but the Moyarl has every bit the materials as this
Right.
$85 Eutectic.
Kvist? I don't think he has one under.
Yeah, the PE was $65, and the what was the inverse? Was it called the inverse? They were both
Jay,
under
I have a couple of hardware sets still for the mash. So hit me up. We can talk. They might even be on the website.
So I ordered the black kit with my mash 2.5, but I knew I wouldn't need it because I had a I wasn't going to put it on my carbon fiber. So that's when I modded my mash 2 and did the blade swap and used the clip and the backspacer from my hardware kit.
Now the black.
I bet there's not many blacked out nips like that, or mash 2.5s like that, because this is actually a mash 2 body.
Yeah, we have blue and we have bronzish, purplish tie on the site now. I might have a black one that I could sell you. Oh, looks like there's one purple. Should probably check if I. Oh, there's satin too. Huh. Look at that. I should make sure I actually have those. Let me check. Let me see what I got. Got a bronzish purple. Yeah, I got a few of those. I got one black one here. I got satin. I got blue. I asked for replacements on the bronze because they fucking were supposed to be bronze, not bronzish purple. They sent me a bunch of fucking collars that still don't look very bronze. So I have all these extra collars. I just have random fucking collars. These are purple. Washers. Here's another blue one.
Where the fuck?
It's a couple purples. So I have a bunch of fucking mash hardware. Wait, is this nip? Is this mash? No, it says mash. Sorry, I'm stupid. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of the hardware kits, at least the collars will fit on other knives. So like the growler collars, I think they fit on the nip, they fit on the mash. In case that matters to you. Anyway, dude, yeah, I got stuff. I have an extra black one. And I got a bunch of the other ones for some reason. I don't even know. Maybe I put these in here to take to a show or something.
Man, I got so much shit that I don't know what it's for, but I've got, if somebody's looking for a max backspacer and a pivot collar, I've got that. I'll just send them. Because I'll just use the clip.
Is it black?
Find it. Looking at it last night.
He wanted a black backspacer.
It's not a black backspacer, but I can send him for free.
What?
Black backspacer, I can send him for free. I just got to find it. I was looking at it last night.
Well, there you go, Jay. He's got a backspacer in black. You can send it.
Jay, send me a DM and I'll find it. Because it might be.
Send me video or list on lights.
Here's a Growler V2.
Okay. I think I did, dude. Check your Instagram. I think I sent you a video, didn't I? Maybe I just told you. I don't know. Did you look at your Instagram? Because I did hit you up. I'll add that to the site at least.
Over here real quick.
So Mash V2 hardware. This is bronze. See, this says bronze. Oh, that's the actual fucking knife. Sorry, I'm retarded. Nip hardware, Mash V2 hardware black. There we go. I'll add one. If anybody wanted black hardware, it's on the site now. And then I have one purple on there, one satin, 2 bronze, 3 blue. So, but those have been on there for a while, so that's why I don't order that much hardware, because I feel like people don't, people don't buy a ton of hardware. Thanks, B Shady. Appreciate you, dude. Did you ever get those scales? I asked you the other night too. Did you get those scales? Or are they still en route? We only had like 15 or 20 tops. And there was like, I don't know, 8 of each color, bead blast and black. Any sets of silver buzz hardware? We didn't do kits for the buzz. So I don't have the buzz hardware. Colin has all the buzz stuff. He's got the buzz and the stout V2 stuff. V2 or 2.5. It should be interchangeable, but the 2.5 has pivot collars. So if you bought a 2.5 kit and put it on your V2, you'd literally just get a backspacer, right? Yeah, because the clip is wire. So the kits are just collars and backspacer for the mash. But it would fit, but you just have collars you can't use. Yes, sir. Okay. So they fit? Did you test them and everything? If you don't want them, you can send them back. I'm not making you buy them. I wanted to make sure you got them and you want them. It's up to you. QSP Canary. Yeah, that's a really affordable knife too. That's $45. Good one, Pocket Stuff. I handled that at Blade, Texas.
It's fucking weird.
What, you can't find it?
No, and I was looking at them last night, which makes me think I stuck them somewhere else.
Well, you can always look for it later.
I know, but I'll forget.
Well, he can DM you on Instagram and ask.
Reverse Tanto Pyrite. S90V 89.95. That is a hell of a deal.
Is it? Oh, S90V, yeah. I hate that it has the inlay on one side.
I've got a full growler kit. I probably should send a pocket metal growler V2.
Any seconds of the nip slip? We don't even have the nip slip yet. They're in production.
Austin ignored my DM.
About what?
Dude, Jay, do remind me, buddy, because I know I've got it. And I will make sure I hook you
I
up
am
with
caught up, man. Hell yeah, I know. Hell yeah. He's got 6 satin mash backspace. Why do you have so many? That's literally insane.
Maybe he stole a bunch of fucking MASH 2.5s and parted them out. He realized it's easier to get rid of them that way.
Well, are you sure they're satin? They're not bead blast? But even bead blast, you would have to have so many certain mashes because there's only so many with that finish. I don't know. That's crazy to me. A 3 DM, I dig the tie, but the CF scales is still the winner. Yeah, dude, that's why we never did it. That's why we never did it. Now, what you could do, be shady, is you send them off to somebody to anodize or put a milling pattern on them or something like that. That'd be cool if you got it to match like the weight relief underneath, and then you had like speed holes. That'd be kind of cool. But what time is it? Oh, it's 12:13. Maybe we should wrap it up. I don't have to get up tomorrow, but I'd still like to sleep.
Sleeping's overrated. You got plenty of time for that. Your kid will go to school, and all you'll want to do is sleep.
What?
I'm kidding. Your kid will grow up and go to school, but then you'll have another kid. So you'll have to grow up about 3 more. You'll have a basketball team before it's over.
I still have to work. Can't just sleep.
You get to be my age, dude. You'll retire.
Nice. Yeah, we got the prototypes of the mini buzz should be coming from Best Tech. And those are weave carbon fiber we did on those. So I'm hoping that comes out well. But we did Nitro V after JD's video today. It makes me want to switch it to 154. But Best Tech's just more expensive than other OEMs. So we were trying to like make it so we could make it affordable. But I don't know. We got to figure it out.
Randy, I wish I could sleep better. Roll shit, Bo.
What's up, Roll? That's funny. I was watching his live earlier while I was driving.
Good to see you, Rochambeau.
Rochambeau. Definitely check out his channel, guys, if you haven't. That CMB was legit. Appreciate your help with that one, Left.
I've been playing with my effects, trying to get
I don't even know what you're talking
Cole used matched perfectly, and I can't. Because I think that would fuck with him.
If I started doing all my reviews in Cole's voice.
I can't believe he still does it. That's what cracks me up. He's so ashamed of his voice that he still does it.
His voice is fine. I mean,
you
that's
know what I was thinking? No, he sounds like a bitch. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Do you remember when Cole started? His reviews were like fucking crazy. Like the amount of detail he had in those.
Oh God.
And, like the little video snippets, like movie scenes, and like
the different faces. He put his face on all the different characters, like on Indiana Jones. He do all the
dialogue, even like he came up with a lot of stuff.
Dude, he's a filmmaker. I think his Instagram shorts are fucking hilarious.
But he hasn't done one of those reviews in forever.
You know why?
Well, because they take forever.
For fucking ever. And if you're, I mean, I love good podcasts. I like good cameras. I like good
stuff. He sounds like a bitch. He knows it, obviously.
But I think not. I mean,
I was the first one to get his real voice out there. Got him on a live stream and convinced him to turn that thing off.
Well, it's shocking because him and Kara met us and LJ in 2022 to stay and for Blade Show, and we were in a gated community. And so I told him to call me when he got to the gate because we were about 500 yards up, like the third house on the left, but the driveway went way down toward the creek, so you can't see anything from the street. So Cole gets there to the gate, and he doesn't have cell service. And somehow Kara gets some scratchy call through saying that Cole's walking up to the house, which I knew was a fucking nightmare because by the time I got the call, I knew Cole had walked past. So I walk out and go down towards the gate and find Kara sitting in the car in the passenger seat And I said, hey, just follow me. I'll go ahead and let you in and I'll go find Cole because he's walked on up there, up the hill, which is up a fucking mountain. And she wouldn't drive his car. So I said, I'll bring him back down here. So I'm walking up this hill screaming, Cole, Cole. And I'm literally walking. I've walked, which doesn't sound like a lot, but almost a fucking mile up a mountain from where I was staying before he called me lost. And then I hear this voice. At first I thought it was like a lynx, you know, those cats that or hang out in the fucking mountains because it was so scratchy. And it was John. And I was like, who the fuck? I just left Kara. And here he comes, Cole. And that was the first. I mean, I had it like real time, starting out yelling and then just talking. And I was like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
Who
he
is
sounds like a bitch, but I'm used to it now. I mean,
absolutely. And I don't think it's that he sounds like a bitch. I can understand if you were doing that kind of editing and you're having to play back
sounds like
and
a bitch.
splice shit. I don't like to hear my voice.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. Yeah, I don't know. I just was like, damn, I remember those reviews. They were cool. I wish he would do one every once in a while, you know?
Well, he still does the sound effects and stuff, which I think add a lot to it. But it goes back to most knife people, and I can't say most, me, when I came into this weird world and found channels, the ones that were the most successful in my day were like Nick Shabazz, Slicey, NC, Zach, and they all did just basic the camera looking down at a table talking about knives, and it didn't seem to hold them back much, right? So I know that everybody likes more production, but does it make the review more valuable to the viewer? I don't know. It's just
no, but it's still cool.
It's very cool.
It doesn't have to be about views all the time.
No, but your time is finite. So whether it's no views or a million views, you want to spend a relative amount of time for your return on anything you do, right?
You want to make more money. I get it.
Or not more money, just make
be
it
cool
where,
to get one every once in a while. That's all I'm saying. Whatever.
I hear you. I hear you. A small lynx, Josh Branson. Think of it as like a juvenile, not quite a kitten, but one that still can't be far from his mom.
Like literally a bitch. I mean, you didn't say dog, but it's close enough.
My favorite live was when him and Kara were on, and she was like, "You've got to turn the fucking voice changer off," because it was making her deep too. And they kind of had this little squabble where he didn't want to. I think it might have been one of his first voice reveals, like to people who hadn't met him. I'm not going to stay in here if you keep, because she was sounding like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Roll. That's what it boils down to is the person talking.
But that's and I won't blow smoke up Rochambeau's ass, but he has the radio voice. He has the different hooks that make you stick around, but then he talks about what knife people want to know about the knife or what steel people want to know about the steel.
Right. It's a combination. You got to know your shit, but you also have to keep people entertained somehow. Whether it's by being a dumbass like me or, you know, being witty or, you know, whatever.
I just sold my soul to Puff Daddy. I don't know shit about knives. Did y'all see what happened last night on Said Faction?
What?
Last night on Said Faction, you know, Shane's got access to a lot of people's StreamYard that he uses. So he'll pop in when people are doing lives and he'll just have the camera on his nipple, you know, because people always say, we want to see your nips. So they put him on the screen and it's just his nipple. And then Shane panics and tries to leave and he fucking ends the stream because he's a moderator or whatever, managing moderator. So they had to start it back. And then the scroll under it was blame Shane's nipples. It was kind of funny.
That is pretty funny, actually.
That's true, Josh. I still bet Puffy doesn't go to jail.
Oh, I don't want to talk about Puffy. All right. Let's do this giveaway so I can go to sleep. I'm fucking
Budget
happy.
knives, man. You haven't even gotten through Kaiser. Slacker.
What? Oh yeah, we tried. That any plan I ever have on a live stream never goes well because we just get, we listen to the people.
If you plan a live stream, you're not being spontaneous and you're not interacting.
Yeah, but I think most people do plan them.
They
have
do.
like fucking lists and shit.
And it works because, like they say, the Tonight Show, you would never have thought it, but every word was scripted that Johnny Carson said. There was no ad lib there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was old. I mean, they used to always talk about it, but that's how you can be so. We used to hear it in sales school. That's how you can be so convincing and not be giving a pitch. We're not appeared that you're giving a pitch. Leafy Wiggy, that sounds delicious. That's true, Bill. I'm dating myself talking about Johnny Carson.
Hashtag Clone Boy will get you a chance to win this box. Wait, not the club. With the micro, man, I can't even talk anymore. The micro Corvid, the Best Tech QQ, the flashlight at the bottom, and the samurai pen. Hey, G-Ball, Roll, you guys weren't here earlier. Check out this prototype. Hashtag Clone Boy, guys.
Yeah, I haven't.
Anybody wasn't here earlier.
I've not been back. That's a beauty.
I love this thing. This is the high grain design DeVille.
I sent it to my buddy A to Z, who's been trying to get a Strix forever. And I told him to look at that because you held it up to go back and watch your live and look at them together. I know it's not the same knife. Do you think there'll be Strix, production Strix at Blade Show Atlanta?
Yeah, but he's got like 5 of them.
Not many. I'm probably not going to be there till Saturday, and I wouldn't get it for me.
What?
I'm not going to be there probably until Saturday. I'm wanting Dark Gravity to go up there with me, and he likes to not leave his wife overnight. He's got the best relationship, dude. He's as in love as he was when he got married. They've got a great relationship. But I'm trying to get him to ride up there with me Saturday, but he won't stay the night.
The old guy is on a mission. Cut it off.
Hey, the old guy's always on a mission.
I love that.
If you get old enough to be my age,
I love it when people who like don't normally hang out come in. They're just like, that old guy won't shut the fuck up.
You weren't in my my late night profile live. I had, how you get weird people come through.
The hippie won't shut the fuck up.
No, dude, I had somebody say, "Who's the old lady and what the fuck she talking about?"
Dude, you should see them just rip on Casey.
Egghead, I did. Egghead. I played into it.
Metal Mouth, and he comes back for more every day
because he lets it get to him. That's what feeds the trolls. You can't. That's why
he comes back because he loves the verticals, man. He's all about whatever will help him get more subs. He's smart. He's trying to grow the channel. I get it, but yeah.
But it'll grow without subjecting yourself to that bullshit. Because I know they're nice. He's laid in bed with a tear just welled in his eye that won't roll down his cheek because somebody said something that upset him. And people are assholes on the internet.
Yeah. But he's a people pleaser.
I get this. I'm a people pleaser, but I don't read comments and let that shit get under my skin. I guess I was a people pleaser till I turned 52.
Yeah, I was a people pleaser until a couple of years ago when I decided I don't give a shit.
And that's the best. That is like absolute freedom. It's like being,
Usually I like to lean into it because usually there's some truth.
there is. And like I say, people respect that. You might not always win the
Fuck that. Enough
discourse, but you will be respected.
I just think it's funny when somebody thinks they're hurting my feelings, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm gay. It's like, whatever, I don't care.
Did you see and this
Sure,
is
dude, I'm gay.
because I actually called Shane because I couldn't believe I watched it. Did you see Duty's parody video about a month and a half ago where he talked about the life of a knife influencer?
Duty?
Duty. I thought it was real. I called Shane. Shane thought it was real. It was an
He did a
absolute
what?
the life of a knife influencer, where he talks about he finally quit his job and
I'm
you didn't
sure he
see
was
that?
just making fun of people.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. But he sold it. He sold it so well that I thought he was being serious. He was like, I get so many knives. I'll look at some, and then at the end of each month, I just have to throw a bunch away. He goes, but the knife I'm showing today, and he showed it, and he goes, and if you want my family to eat, you'll click on my link. And he does, all this stuff. And then the only thing that gives it away when you watch it like the third time is he goes to these edits, these like little flash edits where he's about to fucking lose it because he could literally win an Academy Award. He was like, it's tough. I get in the comments and people will say stuff like, Duty, your hands are dirty. And I will cry. I will break. I mean, it's just, and it was so believable. He was just selling it.
That's just because you don't know Duty too well, I guess.
I do know Duty. I mean, I don't know him like probably you know him, but I know Duty's not that
It was
guy.
a joke, 2 seconds.
And well, the funny thing was, I would have too, because he's sitting in his fucking work truck in front of his office filming it, where he always films those videos. And then the first thing he says is he's no longer working at his job because he's a full-time knife influencer. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. I mean, it was just hilarious, dude.
He always calls himself
The number one knife guy. He goes, a lot of people refer to me as the number one knife guy, which is true. The way he just sold it was just classic.
I think he said that the name Verga in Spanish means titties or something. It means something in Spanish.
And that's a bad thing?
Well,
I'd buy two.
Like, he's a very like, he doesn't curse or anything.
I know, I'm kidding.
So
if it was titties, I'd buy two. How do you spell it? Vertus? What was the Mexican word?
Virga. Penis. That's what it was. It means penis in some language. So I understand why he changed it. I would have leaned into that hard.
Is he a weather guy, or he's a weather guy, right?
I would have had his are all weather.
It's a mass of streaks of rain appearing to hang under a cloud and evaporating before reaching the ground.
I would have had the Prince Albert version. I would have leaned into that shit so hard. But I get why he didn't want to do it.
Well, all I can find is this weather phenomena. Let's go Mexico or Spanish.
Well, I guess that's look, Palmer says Verga is wiener.
I might not be spelling it right. The Spanish Verga comes from rod or staff. Yep. Before the word even involved in Spanish, Latin authors as early as 6th century were using Verga as a euphemism for penis. But that's spelled with a V-E-R-G-A. A V-I-R-G-A as a downpour.
Thanks, Mateo. We really needed that extra little bit at the end there. It means penis, so when you say this, it means suck my wiener.
I need that. I need to put that in my fucking translate.
Because it wasn't clear what the word means. He had to put it into a sentence.
ATK, that's such an upgrade of
it's not a spelling bee, Mateo. Oh, fuck me, dude. That was great. Divo means gay head.
Sterling, what color pivot collars are you looking for?
Dude, I will rock this gay hat to the ends of the earth, baby.
When you wear that one out, I got one I'll sell you for $25.
I got backup ones, man. Don't you worry. What is this long hair hippie talking?
I'll eventually get a haircut.
Fuck.
I just quit cutting it during COVID. And I used to have long hair when I was a kid.
I have no idea what you just said. I still got to get these pivot collars for Divo. I got 5 different PayPal things for different amounts. I'll DM you later on Instagram.
I was asking what color pivot collars he needs.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I was like, wait, what?
I think he is talking to you.
Okay.
I was trying to, because I've got a bunch of pivot collars sitting here.
Divo ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've got some blue. I've got blue because you said the growlers fit the mash too, right?
I'm pretty sure they'll fit. I can't promise you that, but I tested the mash.
I've got some blue
growler. I think I tested and they fit. And the tall boy, when I did that disassembly, I tested mash ones, I think, and they fit. So I mean, if you're Kubi, think about it. Why wouldn't you make them all the same size if you could? Maybe the nip ones are smaller, but the larger knives all match. I don't know. Just try it. See. Just for that, we're gonna make a knife called the Divo gay hat.
Divo might mean a pale face always needs sunscreen.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. My face is red as shit, dude. I spent 3 hours today spraying Roundup all over my yard because I got fucking dandelions.
I cut those dandelions down. I should probably spray Roundup.
The guy who owned the house before me obviously didn't use weed and feed or whatever, which I put down last week. But it's going to take probably the whole year before enough weed and feed gets rid of those fuckers. So I went around and sprayed them all with not Roundup. It was Weed Be Gone, but I got the concentrate. And I fucking went around and sprayed probably 400 different dandelions around the whole house.
And that doesn't fuck up your grass, or your dogs don't get into it? It doesn't mess with them any?
Well, my dogs would be in the backyard. There's a fenced-in backyard. I did put some there too, but no, it dries in like 30 minutes. But no, it's Weed Be Gone, or Roundup specifically has one that attacks certain weeds, but not grass. So they have a kind that you put in the grass to kill weeds, and then they have the kind that kills everything.
Did you spray on the side?
I have both. So I did the stuff in the yard, and then I got the more powerful shit, and I hit the sidewalks and the curbs and shit. I have one of those. I bought a what are those things? The canister things.
Sprayer? Yeah, the thing you pump up to get air in it.
Yeah, I bought a spray bottle because at my old house it was a row home. I just bought the pre-filled thing with the little pump and the Roundup shit, and I would just spray it.
You didn't have that much yard.
Right. But here, dude, I bought 2 things of Weed Be Gone like this big. I went through a whole bottle today and probably had to fill up the thing as 1 gallon at a time. And I always put double the amount of concentrate in. And I think I went through 5 gallons of water.
So you're not going to have weeds grow for like 4 years.
I probably filled it up 6 times total, maybe more. And I sprayed that shit on every fucking dandy. Well, because that stuff won't kill my grass.
Bill Doyle says snakes will be out tomorrow, Kev.
What?
Bill Doyle says snakes will be out tomorrow, Kev.
Why?
I don't know. They're attracted to Roundup.
They like Roundup? That's kind of dumb. Nice. Yeah, I could get somebody to do it, but I don't know. I like doing some of this shit. Funny
It's
thing is
therapeutic.
the electrician came today. He's gonna do the wiring for the pool heater. And he comes out and I answer the door and he goes, "Hey man," he said something like, "Good to see you again," or whatever. And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I have," and then he's like, "Wait, I haven't met you before, right?" I was like, "No." I was like, "Did you put the," he was the guy who did the wiring when they got the pool. He did that like a couple of years ago when they put this pool in. He did like the wiring for the pool pump and the timer and all that shit. So I
So
guess
he just made the
the
house.
pool company recommends him. He doesn't work for them, but they recommend him. So I guess they recommended him to the last guy who owned the house. So it was kind of, I was like, okay, so you can't blame the last guy if you fuck something up.
He probably recognized the house and just didn't remember the person and thought just by association you might have been the same person.
Bill said, "Oh, you're saying because it'll be nicer out." Okay. Yeah, I've seen one or two snakes in the front yard. They're just gardener snakes, though. They're not doing anything. Honestly, they're probably helping eating shit.
They
Spiders
do.
and
I
shit.
mean, even copperheads and shit like that eat mice and shit that are around
Yeah,
your
but I
house.
wouldn't want anything like that just because of my
No, not with
kid
a
or my
kid.
dog.
Fuck no. And your kids and your dog. No,
But a
absolutely
gardener
not.
snake, I'm not gonna kill that.
No, or a rat snake. Rat
They're
snakes
also
are great snakes.
small, like,
Rat snakes look like poisonous snakes, but they've got those egg-shaped heads like KC, not triangular. And those are the best snakes you can have around your house because they eat roaches, they eat everything. Garter snakes too.
I don't know what round 70 is, but no, Todd, I bought a heat pump. So it's electric heat pump. So it's not like a gas one where you turn it on and you jump start the pool water in like a few hours or whatever. It'll take, I'll have to turn it on like 3 or 4 days before we want to get in, and then it kind of just maintains temperature. They're more efficient, especially in our climate. But
Yes, crispy critter, black snakes. Well, they're also called black racers, right?
oh yeah,
That's
shit,
what we
we were
call them
gonna
in the
do that
South.
giveaway like 8 years ago. Let Kev run into a full-grown blue eraser. I don't know what that is, but I don't want to fucking meet a blue eraser. Is that a
I'll take
snake?
a snake after over a big ass spider any day of the week.
It is
I
kind of funny that like the non-venomous snakes are the ones that kill the venomous snakes.
yeah. Tell you what, I've fallen down a rabbit hole on Instagram are cats and snakes fighting. And I didn't know this, but they'll like show a fucking rattlesnake and this cat, and they're at a house. So it's somebody filming it, and the rattlesnake's trying to strike at the cat, and the cat's smacking its head. And you think the cat's going to get bit, but then the text says that cats' reflexes are like 10 times faster than a snake's.
Yeah. Cats' reflexes are insane. Yeah, Todd, they make them. Probably because you're in Canada, they probably don't offer those. It gets really humid here, especially when it gets warmer out. So a heat pump is like perfect. It's basically the same thing as my air conditioner. I have a heat pump AC too. It does my heat too. You can actually get cooling heat pump things for your pool, which is pretty cool if you live in like
No, I
Florida or
did.
something. But they're different. They're not meant to be like turn it on your way home from work to get the pool nice and warm to jump in later. Like that's what a gas one is for. You don't use it all the time. You use it like
To
here and
shock the
there.
water.
Like we're having people over for the weekend. We want to get the pool temperature up kind of thing. The heat pump is more like set it and forget it. And I'm sure it'll bump my bill up, but it might be like $100 a month during the pool season. It's not like, you know, those gas ones, propane ones chew through money. All right, let's do the giveaway. Goddamn, sorry. I already have it up. Nice. We got 88 entries for this puppy. Let's do it. Who's gonna win?
Not gonna be me.
Oh, Thomas McDonald.
Thomas McDonald. He's hit a lucky streak. Go, Thomas.
Oh man, my eyes. Contacts are ready to come out. This is my third set of contacts today.
All right, you got to watch this before you go.
What is it? There's my email, LeftyEDC88@gmail.com, Thomas. Shoot me an email with your address. I'll get this out to you. Oh, he won another one today? Hold on.
The speed of cats is quite remarkable, ranging from 0 to 70 milliliters. No doubt about it. In the mammal world, this is the ceiling for combined attack and defense reaction speed. To understand their lightning-fast reactions, we can use snakes as a reference. The attack speed of snakes typically falls between 40 to 70 milliliters. In other words, snakes can launch an attack in as little as 0.04 to 0.07 seconds. Now cats, on the other hand, can assess risks and make evasive or even
Look at this.
counterattack moves
Fuck
within this
you.
time frame.
You got to admit, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that video did a shitty job of showing it, kind of, but
Yeah, because this is short.
yeah.
It looks better on you if you watch it. Showing you cats being fast, dude.
Cats
I've got
are fucking
little
nuts.
little skeletons stacked up to the left of my door. I've got one that stacks them like cordwood.
Yeah. All right. I'm out of here, dude. I gotta
Congratulations, Thomas.
Yeah, hit me up, email, you should have it. And yeah, thanks guys for coming out. We talked a little bit about budget knives.
We covered a bunch of budget knives.
We tried.
And I pulled that Sin Cut Serene that one of the chatters was talking about being a great
that's a
budget
really
knife.
good one too. I just don't love the design, but it's very well made. It's just a little too basic bitch for me. That's kind of the problem with budget knives. They're just basic bitches. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's bizarre to look where I was 3 years ago and where I am now and what my collection is. And it's kind of sick at the same time.
Yeah, it's sad sometimes to look at stuff like that.
That's
But,
why I never did AutoSum. I love you guys.
all right. Later, guys. Love you. Have a great night. Peace.